And we're back. Yep, sorry. For some reason, it was still on full, guys. I thought I'd change that, but obviously not. Well, we're back now. So we just got slapped in the face after really annoying everyone else. She grabbed Junpei by the collar and shook him violently. Clover didn't touch him, but the hate in her eyes was no less potent. It was Seven who stopped them.
Knock it off! We got bigger shit to worry about right now.
His deep voice echoed across the massive room. Lotus glared at Seven, but let Junpei go after one last vicious shake.
What?
Go have a look.
I
stuck the screwdriver in the door. That door over there, the one without a number. As long as the screwdriver's there, it can't shut, so you can get in there. There's a shower room past there. I stuck a broom at the door there too. Anyway, go take a look.
Wait, then you're saying we can go in there without passing through the numbered door?
Yeah, that's about the size of it.
Wait, what the hell is in there?
You'll know when you see it.
God.
Fine, let's go.
Oh god, no, don't take Clover in that. It's a sister, man. She's gonna fucking lose it. By then, Ace made his way to them, moving with the stiff, shuffling steps of someone who only just awoken from a lengthy slumber.
My goodness. I know I said I was sure you'd come back for me. I didn't think it would happen so soon, though.
Ace shook his head weakly.
Should I go as well?
Yeah.
Seven nodded.
Very well.
Ace followed Lotus and Clover with his stiff, tired gait. The squeal of tortured metal made Junpei's teeth curl. It sounded like the noise a ghost would make. No matter how many times he heard it, he never got used to it. Every time it put him on edge. It didn't help that there was a girl nearby who looked far more like a ghost than a living human should. She sat on the edge of the bed, her head drooping listlessly into her chest. Her eyes were blank and stared across the room at nothing. Her breathing was slow and mechanical. Aside from the rise and fall of her chest, she didn't move. Junpei felt as if even a nudge might cause her to shatter into 1,000 pieces.
Snake was probably murdered. Chances are he was killed the same way the Ninth Man was.
Seven lowered his voice, lightly in an effort to keep Clover from hearing what he had to say. 4 of the people in the room were Junpei and Seven. Ace, Santa, June, and Lotus. Seven looked at each one of them in turn and continued.
It's pretty straightforward. Not that hard to figure out how they did it. First, the killers got Snake to authenticate on the red to open door 3. Then they shoved him into it. Alone. And waited 9 seconds for the door to shut. Once that door shut, it was all over for Snake. But he didn't give up. He probably knew it wouldn't do him any good, but he probably ran into the shower room looking for the dead. It was a small chance, but it wasn't like he had anything to lose. Unfortunately, it didn't work. The detonator is only deactivated if everybody who authenticated when they went in uses the dead. Snake was the only one who went through the door. And then, 81 seconds after he was shoved in, that happened.
I see. So that's what you meant by killers, huh? You need at least 3 people to open one of the numbered doors, including Snake. It wouldn't open for Snake and a single killer.
Yeah. That means we're looking at multiple perps here.
I crossed his arms and grunted.
Just in case, I want to make sure. Let's say you're right. When do you think Snake was killed?
When we all split up to look for the parts for the Reds, I think. Right after that was when we noticed he was gone.
Then that means none of us have alibis. We were all off searching the rooms we'd been assigned, looking for those parts.
Yeah. That means anybody could be a killer.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
June seemed shocked.
How can you say that so casually? You're implying that one of us is a killer.
Well, not just one of us. If I'm right, then at least 2 of us are murderers.
Why don't you calm down a bit, Seven? What are you going to gain by being so suspicious? That's what Zero wants, you know?
What Zero wants?
Exactly. This game was set up by Zero, wasn't it? Any game has a winner and loser. Whoever makes it through door 9 is a winner, and those who don't are the losers. Zero is trying to make us fight against one another for that victory.
Then you're saying that Zero is trying to split us up by making us fight each other?
Yes, that is why we can't let ourselves fall prey to suspicion. We have to trust one another.
Little too
and
casual
form a
there,
strong
mate.
bond of friendship.
Power of friendship.
Otherwise, we'll end
Conqueror.
up ensnared by Zero's manipulations.
Then does that mean that the person who killed Snake...
Yes, almost certainly Zero himself. If there's anyone we should doubt, it should be Zero. He masterminded this game and kidnapped all of us. Doesn't it seem reasonable that he would have killed Snake as well?
Good question.
I haven't really considered
If
that.
Zero killed Snake, then Zero is on the ship with us.
Pie. Zero's still on the ship with them. I'll pick that. I mean, if it's anything like Saw, which it seems to be, it's obviously like the... You know, it probably is. Everyone can pass if they follow the rules, but the point is people don't. Especially if it's an, like they said before, it's an experiment. Which means if he's there and trying to mess it up, he's one of them.
But I don't...
Zero is someone on the ship, but Junpei had no idea where. Junpei mumbled to himself, lost in thought.
Where could Zero be hiding?
Suddenly, everyone went very quiet. Silence was cold and clammy. Junpei could feel it crawling across his back and around his throat. Again, he heard the ghosting moaning noise. Moments later, a person who looked more ghost than human appeared. It's Clover. She looked at the floor as she spoke, and her voice was cold and monotone.
I think Zero is one of us.
Yes, what I said. Bam, bam, bam! Every human body in the room froze. The only sound was the muffling rustling of breath. The eyes darted from face to face. One of those faces was the face of their jailer. But who? He was one of them? See, that's what I was saying.
Well, that's possible.
Huh?
Like Clover said, Zero might be one of us.
So who can make a digital root of 3? That's what we need to work out. Is there a calculator? So if you had... So it's not going to be 5 or 6, because she was with us. And we'll probably say it wasn't going to be 4. So... He's 2. So 2, 1, 8. 2, 7, 8. 2, 1, and 7. 1. Be his sister? Ah, could it be the girl we're trying to, like, bring us with? 2, 6, 1. 2, 6, 7. 2, 6, 8. None of them equal 3. 2, 6, and 4. It's the only one that seems to be. I mean, she killed it, which doesn't make sense to me.
What are you saying, Jumpy? Didn't you hear what Ace said?
Exactly. I said we shouldn't suspect one another for no reason.
No reason. I've got a great reason.
And what's that?
The bracelets.
Now that is left arm.
Why are the bombs in our bodies connected to the bracelets? You're all thinking Zero's hiding somewhere watching us, right? If he's doing that, then he could just detonate the bombs by remote control if someone did something they weren't supposed to. It would be a lot more precise and a lot easier. But if that's the case, then why is the bomb set off by the detonator in the bracelet?
You got a point.
I'm not done. Try applying the same ideas to the Nonary game. All of the puzzles here run all by themselves. In other words, Zero doesn't have to be controlling them for the game to move forward. Why's that? Why would Zero bother to do something like that?
Junpei let the question hang in the air and looked at the others. It was Santa who answered.
So let's say you and Clover are right. Zero's one of us. If that's the case, then it'd be really hard for him to keep track of all of us or control anything remotely. That's why all the puzzles run by themselves. That's what you're getting at, right?
Yeah.
Junpei nodded.
7, when we were talking earlier, you said any one of us could be Snake's killer, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Alright then. I've got a question for you, Ace. You said something like Zero must be the one who killed Snake, right?
Yes, something like that. I can't think of any other explanation.
So what do we get if we combine those? They fit together pretty well, I think. Something like this. Whoever killed Snake is Zero. Hence, Zero is one of us. 7 and Ace's theories aren't mutually exclusive. They actually complement each other pretty well. At least they do if Zero is one of us.
No one spoke. Their faces were grim, but Junpei wasn't sure if they believed him or not. Finally, Lotus spoke up.
What were his motives?
His motives?
Yes, isn't that pretty important? Why would Zero want to hide as one of us?
Oh, well, that's because...
Junpei choked. He hadn't thought of that, and he had to be honest with himself. He had no idea.
Don't know.
Lotus
Oh,
sighed.
so much for making a persuasive argument, Junpei.
In other words, you only had circumstantial evidence.
I don't really think that's enough to go on, you know?
Junpei was painfully aware of their eyes on him and their disapproval. Oh man. Try to find something else, anything else to look at. Then, in that horrible silence, time. They heard the bell begin to ring. It's the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, Junpei. I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
You're right, but...
Don't like this guy. He swallowed the words and what he wanted to say inside. 7 and Clover remained similarly silent. Their eyes were looking at somewhere else, very far
We
away.
must go. We have very little time left.
Ace's words put their feet into me. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury. Here we go.
He stood in front of the elevators next to the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen. Yeah, I called it. It's a card reader with the Mercury symbol engraved on it. I stood in front of it with the Mercury key.
Oh, that's the...
Yeah, I found it in the shower room.
Oh, I see. It's got the Mercury symbol.
Took a deep breath and slid the card through the reader. Made a small beep and the light on the reader began to blink to life.
Now we can go.
7 people, including Junpei, climbed into the elevator.
Looks like there's only 2 floor buttons working.
C and bottom.
Rest were destroyed and did nothing when
Time to
touched.
head down then.
I hit the bottom. Door closed. Slowly they began to move downward. Sometime later, all 7 of them stepped off the elevator onto the bottom deck. Stepped off and saw that the hallway to their right ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. Not a regular dead end. What? Oh god.
This is a numbered door.
Yeah, it's door 2.
Immediately they began to discuss who would go through it.
So who should go through the door this time?
We don't need to be discussing who we're leaving behind this time, right?
Right. It's set up so we'll be able to meet up again once we get through the numbered doors.
Then there's no need for arguments at this point.
We should figure out who's going in first.
Very well. Would anyone like to volunteer?
I'll do it.
First to speak up was 7.
I'll go too.
Then I suppose I need to go too, then.
They followed suit, which meant Lotus, by default, was the 3rd member. Mathematical.
All right, we're taking off.
Okay, please be careful.
Jesus. You two are acting like you're married, you know that?
Hey up, Beanin. Hope you're alright.
Oh,
So, you missed it, but even though we ditched everybody else, once we finished that puzzle and came back round, we were in the same room and met everyone else up, and obviously they were quite angry. Clover's seen her dead brother, so now she's like, she's gonna go loopy, I swear.
Don't be silly. Cut it out.
Perhaps in an attempt to hide his emotions, he quickly turned away to pull the lever on the red. Door opened. As they come to expect, there appeared to be a short hallway on the other side.
All right, let's go.
Lotus was the first through the door.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Let's do this! 7 was next and brought Junpei to the rear.
Where the hell is it this time?
I don't see it!
Oh, there it is! It's right there!
Fortunately, it took him only moments to find the dead. It's been placed just inside the room, right next to the numbered door. Gathered around it and quickly scanned each of their bracelets. Beep.
It stopped.
Yeah, it stopped.
I could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. 7 and Lotus were breathing hard and fast.
Man, I'll never get used to that.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to. We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
Damn right.
All right.
Casual. Junpei looked around again.
This hallway's pretty short, but it's got 5 doors. 3 on the left, and only 1 on the right.
Don't forget the last one at the end of the hall.
But it's got a metal plate over it, so I doubt we're gonna get anywhere that way.
Taking a look around the room himself, 7 spoke.
All right, let's get started. I think we'd probably better split up. You two okay with that?
Yes, no problem.
Sure thing.
Then I'll take this first one.
7 nodded to them and stepped into the room closest to him.
I'll try the one next to it.
Well,
Left it.
I guess I'd better get started too.
He looked intently at the remaining 3 doors. Seek a way out. Fireman route. Okay. Just gonna. Apologize. Oh man, thanks for that. Oh, sorry. Brilliant. I was just saying, yeah, all good. I was just putting a promo out on Reddit, the Nonary Games Reddit, see if I can get some cheeky follows in it. Sorry about that. Yes, we've got a handle, sun on a toilet, and a whirlpool on a mirror. I was saying that a lot of this stuff could be quite easy fixed if you just broke it. You know, just find something heavy. Like, he had the knife. Why has he not still got the knife? Can I do anything with that? Merge or escape. We need to do something with the tiles. Let me do something with down here. Tried a couple of things, same result. Guess 7 wasn't bound to do anything. Oh well. That's no good. This door. Road to Lotus Rip 2020. Yeah, screw that one. There's a river, this one. Scarf. I'm gonna say a river, given like the other one was a whirlpool. Well, this ain't got a handle. We can find a knob. I'll work with this one, then we should be able to get water come out this thing. I think they made that shape for a reason or just for fun. That could be like the tile that was in the other room. Oh! River and a whirlpool. That's that. That's that. Do that. Do a thing. Towel looks like the water is flowing from the river to the spring. Do you think that means we need the river flow from here? Ah! We make this run water and then the towel comes out. Howdy. Mary 2. Hope you're okay. And nice comment. So many doors. Mate, all the doors. You just get annoyed, like, they make a big deal on all these doors when most of them are locked. She said knob. Fair enough. My bad. Just hanging from the wall. Well, if we're pulling the string, then it must be a toilet that flushes. All the doors lead to more doors. It's a metaphor of life, then. Where are you from? I'm from UK. From England. How about you, man? This paper seems to be pretty old. Yeah, where from? Okay. From Lincolnshire. The outback. From London. Nice, man. Yeah, I'm from Lincolnshire. The fields. That's all we have, fields. How the hell can you touch that? It's horrible. Well, it's not like I really have a choice. And sausage. True. We have the Lincolnshire sausage. That's a very good shout. It's not like I want to. Oh, this is a moon. Yeah, Link's alright. It's very, very boring. And especially with all the lockdown nonsense, there's even less to do, somehow. Moon. We found a sun on the other one. What a filthy, disgusting moon. It's a precious hint. Go on, just dunk your face in it, Lotus. She's definitely the murderer. Like, no one likes her. Oh, what's in this? Hey, it's got the thing. I need that. And the jaw don't really fit. It just looks messy. Why don't you take it out? It's got some on the bottom. Thanks a lot, man. Thanks for popping by. Mirror. I need that. I need that thing. Find it with a handle. Yeah, thanks for popping by. Door number 3. It's a dark room. Desk is old and rusty. God damn it! No matter how hard I pull on the damn thing, it won't budge. Guess I won't be opening this anytime soon. Tell you, brute force. That's what you need to do. Don't like it's got a keyhole and there doesn't seem to be anything stopping it. How the hell am I supposed to open it? The light? What's in with the light? What's up with the light? Just one beam of light. The rest of the place is too dark. Can't see anything. There's no way we can explore the rest of the room. And I like use the mirror on the drawer. Haha! As if that worked! We could probably use the mirror to reflect the light. Now I just got to figure out where to reflect the light. Maybe if I go somewhere that's a little easier to shine the light on. Shine the light in the mirror. Ooh. Shine the light on the mirror, a symbol of this. Left side has the sun and the right side has a moon. I'm gonna remember this. How about that one? 4 and 7. 7 numbers. 4 and 7. So the moon, sun was 4, moon was 7. Okay, it's nice to see a sink lit up, I guess, but it shows me all it shows me is a pipe. Oh. Wow. Partition. It seems pretty pointless to bother examining it. But the toilet. But the toilet might have another symbol. So we got 4 and 7. Let's check that again. Wait. Hard to be sure because it's so dark in here, but I don't think. Turn the brightness up. We could all see it fine. Toilet paper. Oh, 14 equals E. E. 4 and 7, that makes 11. 14, is that definitely 14 equals E? Well, it means 14 somewhere represents an E, but I don't know what 14 would be. Okay. E. Need a screwdriver. We need the end of a screwdriver. There we go. We have some more lore. That's right. There's some kind of number hint there too. You think maybe the number is how many times we took a piss? No. It's how many times we flushed. 4 flushes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you just hear something? Not like anything's happened here. I wonder what that sound was. Seven. This said 7 on it, didn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That sound again. It happens whenever I pull the string a couple of times. You hear something from the other room. In the dark room? Oh, is it the door, maybe? Yeah, opened. Tile. Find them? Do they look the same? They look the same. Back of it. Oh wait, that's a 14. Get that out. That one, that's got nothing. That's got 14 on it as well. Tiles found here are the same size. When I touched the tiles on the door, I felt something weird. I could move the tiles. That means maybe if you swap the tiles we got, tiles on the walls. Thanks for the follow, Pun Master Zero. I suppose now we just need to figure out what the strange designs on these tiles mean. At any rate, we should look for tiles that are the same size. You're right. Let's meet back here after we've done a thorough search. What? Oh, there's maths. 1, 2, 3. It's 4 E's. Got 2. I need that. Give me the thing. What if I just use the thing with the toilet? Ah, put the drawer on there. Yeah, the replacement's in the handle. Got a tile on. We need to find. I'm assuming this is a screwdriver. We need to find the screwy bit. You're kidding. Try to sleep here, my skin would dry out in no time. It's not like you're that young. Oh god, it's not like you're that young anymore. Shouldn't really matter. Oh my Junpai, aren't you lucky? It seems you'll die before you'll have a chance to grow old and hideous. I'm sorry, you're right. A dry-skinned woman is the worst enemy. God, I dislike Lotus. Oh, wait, there was 2 donks. I think the other donk did something. Bed. Give me the knob. Oh look, yeah, I've worked that bit out. Underneath. Those watching who have done this game, I'm sorry if I come across very infuriating. Oh, that. Urgent. Yeah, I know. I've worked out what to do. Just need a screwdriver. It's what we need. Tile. Give me the tile. Talk about the towel you got. Yeah, I guess just like a thing in the mirror. The spring in the tower have got to be indicated in the mirror, and the mirror's indicating the sink. But the picture looks like a spring with water. The sink's all dried out. We've worked that out. Is that gonna work? No. Oh, in the toilet. Ooh. Toilet paper tube. That. Rod feels loose. Maybe if I give it a couple of turns. Here we go. Found the screwdriver. Combine that with that. And then combine that with that. Yeah, we've got a knob. Then that with that. Sweet, got the screws off. Now we can open the drawer. Nothing in here. Yank the thing out. Oh, there's something there. What's that? Wanna need this one. I don't think the whole way that could use this drawer. I'm gonna use it. Do so in a room. So many places you could put a drawer, after all. If I put it in here, I'd like something fallen. I heard it too. Let's open the drawer. Ah, bazinga! Them MLG plays there. Right, knob. Give that a cheeky little... It's not just saying everything's opposite like the mirror image, so that's normal if you're both using the same water pipes, right? Sweet, I got off that drawer that fits into the foreshed perfectly. Now I can turn the water on. I remember this being the hardest room for an odd reason. Yeah, I spent ages trying to find a screwdriver shaft. I played this game so long ago that I don't remember anything, which is the best part of it. I'm playing through, and I played part of the second one. I can't remember why I ended up stopping. And I've never played the third one, so I'm like, I remember loving the games, so I'm really excited to play through them all. Okay, what are you doing? It's pretty obvious. I'm running the water. I can see that. Now I'm asking you why you're just letting it run like that. Think about it, Lotus. Oh shit, didn't have a knob when we found it, right? What do you mean? The water's really loud. Rooms in the next two games are way harder. Oh, wicked. Really shouldn't play the second game since it does allude back to this one. Oh, really? What, even after we've done this one? Just watch, anytime now. Water's filling up. Doesn't mean the pipe's already clogged. So I mean, well, I mean, my current plan when I get lost is just click on everything and see what happens. It seems to be doing okay. If that works in the next games, we're sorted. The water stopped flowing. Thank you, Mr. Obvious. Junpei, I'm leaving this one to you, alright? Thanks for the follow, Elk. Highly appreciate it. These are pretty easy, except for one room. VLR is some of the hardest overall. Okay, fair enough. I do like a bit of a challenge. I remember one VLR, I can't remember the thing, but I remember spending ages in like a garden in VLR. And I'm not looking forward to going back there because I remember when I played before, it was like I was there forever. I think that's where I may have given up. You got that far. Maybe? Like I said, it was when it first came out. It was when it first came out. I played it. I might have even done it. But I just genuinely cannot remember. But we'll do it again. What do you mean, this room too? Well, I turned on the faucet in the other room, and it looks like it made water come up through here. So the drain in the other room just runs here, and the water from over there pushed out this tile. Yeah, the only thing I do remember from VLR is the big twist and how it connects to this one. With a person. That I do still remember, but I don't remember anything else. And I can't remember why. Junpei put the wet tile into his pocket. He was about to turn away when... Oh god.
What the?
He spun around to see Seven kneeling on the floor. His face was rigid and pale. Droplets of sweat covered his
Hey,
forehead.
what's going on? Are you okay, man?
Bit law.
You're sweating like crazy. Are you all right?
He was concerned. He'd never seen Seven like this before. That's good. I do really like the mindfuckery parts of this. This is why I've taken so long before I've played it again. Slowly, the other man lifted himself to his feet. There is so much grunting in this game. Like, just imagine being that voice actor. Can we have 50 from you, please?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just got a little dizzy, that's all.
His face was pale and his breathing was heavy. Sweat was pouring off his face and staining his shirt.
That's definitely more than just a little dizzy. Are you sure? You don't look so good.
Seven didn't answer. Half his face was twisted, as if distorted by extreme pain, and his eyes were glazed. Finally, he spoke.
What am I doing here?
Huh?
His words made no sense.
What are you talking about? We opened the number 2 door and walked in here. Don't tell me you forgot.
No, that's not what I mean.
He shook his head several times, as if trying to clear something from it.
It ain't much, but I think some of my memories came back.
Wait, he can't remember anything, and they think Zero's one of the guys. Is he Zero?
I think I've been here before.
Huh?
I said I've been in this room before.
You were here? When? Why?
Aoi. Like Nona.
Suddenly, Seven was mumbling to himself. They were words Junpei didn't understand. Seven's hoarse voice trailed off, and Junpei couldn't make out what he'd said.
What the hell was that?
Seven's brow furrowed furiously. How convenient. He ground his teeth back and forth.
It's right there. I feel like I'm this close to remembering everything, but I just can't.
Seven stopped, frustrated. He pulled his hat off and ran his hand through his hair. Then suddenly he looked up, his eyes wide.
That's right, an experiment. There was some kind of experiment going on this ship.
An experiment? What sort of experiment?
They were trying to control people. Or something like that.
What the hell are you talking about?
Junpei didn't know what to make of Seven's story. Instead, he simply stared at Seven continued.
Aoi, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment, I mean. I think there were 4 or 5 more, but I don't remember all their names.
Oh, they said at the start people have been in this before, didn't they?
Yeah, that's right. That's why I'm here.
Seven began to mumble to himself and wander aimlessly about the room. He looked confused. So far, Junpei could tell the man was simply rambling, and there were odd twitches to his movements.
Experiment. Cradle Pharmaceuticals. Those kidnapped kids. Was I working that case?
Seven continued to mumble to himself about things that meant nothing to Junpei.
Huh?
Junpei didn't have any answers for him, of course. He couldn't understand what was happening to Seven. All he could do was wait. After a few minutes, Seven finally stopped.
Wait, under this bed.
Crouched down and looked under the bed. Finally, someone's looked under the bed! His face registered a mild surprise, and he began to mumble to himself again.
The hole's gone? No, maybe it was a different room. There's gotta be a ton of rooms on this boat that look just like this one.
At last, Junpei could contain himself no longer.
Hey, what exactly do you remember? Maybe you could stop talking like a crazy person and tell me what's going on here.
You really are an arse. Like, the character you are is a bit of a dick. Seven stood up slowly.
Well, it's not like I really remember everything. I've only got bits and pieces, and they're scattered and don't make much sense.
I don't care. Tell me the bits and pieces then.
Junpei could feel it. Whatever Seven had remembered, it was important. Very important.
Okay.
Seven drew a large, muscled hand down across his face. As he wiped the sweat off his brow, he spoke.
From what I can remember, I think I was a cop.
A cop?
Yeah. I was looking for that group of
That
kids
kinda
that
makes
got
sense.
kidnapped 9 years ago. You remember that, right? It was all over the news.
Yeah, I was still in school. I don't remember all the details, but I do remember some of it. I think it was a bunch of kids right around my age.
Where have
they
these
all
60
just disappeared. Nobody knew why. It was all over TV and the newspapers every day. So you're saying you were investigating it?
Yeah, that's what it looks like. And I guess I found something. There was this medical company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals that had something to do with those kids. After I figured that out, I managed to get some information out of somebody who worked for them. I think it was...
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Yeah, that had to been it. That's why I went to the wharf.
I like the cop picture. Also, it's really dark. What about kids in bags?
From the shadows, I searched the harbor until I found the ship he was talking about. There was a bunch of movement near it. Men in black suits, many of them were carrying large bags. The bags. There was something about the way they moved as they were carried.
That's great.
No doubt about it. There were human beings in those bags. I moved before I realized it. I came out of hiding with my gun already in my hand. Don't move.
Shot every bag.
I felt metal touch the back of my head. Drop the gun. He kept digging the cold metal thing into my skull. There was nothing I could do. Did what he said and laid my gun on the ground. Then suddenly, there was a sharp pain in my neck. A needle. A drug?
Jim, it was my time to go.
That was my last thought. My face hit cold concrete. I was out like a light after that.
Thanks for the follow, elevators. We see is that you're going. Thanks for stopping by if you are. I'll be doing this around this time pretty much every day. I normally don't do Monday, Tuesdays, but every other day. Around the same time, I normally do a few hours or something. And I'll be doing all 3 of these for the foreseeable future.
I woke up on a hard floor. Damn it. Shit, my head hurts. Where am I? A small, shabby bed, a dirty sink, a toilet with no privacy. I'd seen it countless times as a cop. I'm in a cell, huh? Facing the toilet was a door set into the wall. I was still pretty woozy, but I made my way over to it. I pushed and pulled on it, but... it won't open. Not like I expected much else. Would be dumb enough to put me in a cell and leave it unlocked. Threw myself against the door a few times, but it wouldn't budge. I knew it. I gave up and made my way back to the bed, and sat down. I sat there for a very, very long time. Who knows how long. Then, I heard a faint voice. The voice was far away. I couldn't understand what it was saying. But I could hear one. It was pretty high, probably a little kid. Huh? No, it was several. I hear 5, or 6, maybe more. Where? Where are they coming from? I pressed my ear to the wall and tried to listen through it. No, that's not it. Left. It's coming from under the bed? I hauled on the metal frame and flipped the thing over. And there it was. The bed had hidden an air vent under it. The hole in the wall was covered by a metal grate. I dropped flat on the floor and peered through the grate. I couldn't see shit, but I knew it in my gut. This was where those voices were coming from.
A weird, facial expression.
Hold up. Why are there kids here? But then what my inside man told me popped into my head.
Tonight, a ship is set to take the children to a large passenger liner docked offshore.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Am I on that ship? It didn't matter. All I knew was I had to get to those kids. I checked out the metal grate. Could I fit? I stuck my fingers in and grabbed it. And then...
Thanks for the follow there, Cooper. Highly appreciated.
Yeah! How do you like that, you son of a bitch?
See, he uses brute force, and it works. They need to do more brute
I finally
force.
got the damn thing off. Sweat was dripping down my face.
I like this guy.
So I wiped it off and crawled inside.
Gunpei waited for Seven to resume his story. The longer he waited, however, the clearer it became that Seven had no intention of doing so. He had gone silent and simply stared off into the air, his eyes blank.
What happened after that?
He waited long enough. Seven shook his head.
I don't remember what happens after that. I think I found some kind of door out of the duct. And I think I found some kids, too. Not good. Why can't I remember what happened next?
Ah, man, what happened to the kids, Seven? Did you save them?
I don't know. I don't know if it was me. I've got this feeling.
I got a feeling.
I think one of the kids died.
Oh, man.
A girl, I think.
Huh?
Deep in his heart, Junpei felt something very cold. Seven's head dropped, and Junpei saw in it a look of sadness, the likes of which he had never seen on the man before. The large man's eyes blinked rapidly, as if he were fighting back the tears, then he swallowed hard. His sigh was like the melancholy setting of an old abandoned building. He shook his head and spoke.
Anyway, just please don't ask me anymore, okay?
We need more lore.
I really don't remember anything else.
After that, Junpei could hardly try and force any answers out of the other man. Choose his name!
It's
his
fine.
name's literally
Don't
written
push
there.
yourself.
Not fine.
Going by what he said?
Junpei left Seven to pull himself together, and instead began thinking everything over.
The children who had been kidnapped 9 years before, apparently a company called Cradle Pharmaceuticals had been behind it all. They'd taken the children to the same ship we're on now. They'd been brought here for an experiment. Seven said it had something to do with controlling human beings. The 16 children who had been kidnapped were the subjects. 7 had said 3 of their names were Aoi,
They're making them wear
Light,
face masks.
and Nona.
Fuck's sake.
I think that's all I got. Oh, and 7 is, or was at some point, a cop. I can't really use any of this information anyway. I didn't learn anything about the Nonary game or Zero. Why were we brought to the same ship where they'd done those experiments 9 years ago? And just what the heck is this about controlling human beings? That's nuts. Did they really conduct an experiment like that?
Full on, Junpei realised he had spent quite a long time
I
deep
don't
in
have
thought.
time to just stand here thinking. I need to get moving.
Junpei shook his head quickly to clear it and returned to his investigation, thoughts swirling in his mind. We thawed out, we're back. Wait, there's something there. Won't let me. Right. Looks like we've investigated all the rooms. The only mystery left is that door. Let's crack the mystery. We've got 4 tiles and there's 4 E's. I've already worked this out. One way to find out. E. 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 Here's something unlocked. Does that mean we got it right? Yeah, it looks like we did. The 14 hidden on the tile. Convert that to... Oh, more hexadecimal. I just use the toilet. Basically, the E's in the mergence, the 14's on the tiles. So if we replace it, it gives up the answer. Cool, why it? Really care why it worked? Let's just get out of here. Come on. Look out. Oh, the same door. You found it. They passed through the open door and headed to the next room. Junpei jogged down the short staircase and looked around. Oh, what? Oh, this is getting creepy.
Oh, what the hell is this place?
The words had sprung unbidden to his lips, but it was clear why. Junpei shivered. Lotus and 7 reached the bottom of the stairs and stopped short, terrified.
Ugh, this room is really creepy.
Nobody likes you.
I think we ought to get the hell out of here now.
Jogged up the stairs on the opposite side of the room, and shut the door on the wall next to the catwalk. Didn't open, and he muttered to himself.
Figures.
It's locked, isn't it?
Yep. Don't know why I thought this wouldn't be any different.
So, what is this room for, anyway?
Definitely torture. Junpei looked around the room again.
Well, there's a chair in the center of the room.
Oh, looks uncomfortable to say the least. I'd rather not sit in it if I can avoid it.
The back of it was covered with electrodes connected to a nest of
It
wires.
looks like it's placed over some kind of glass panel. Too dark to look through it, though.
Sharks. Junpei turned to look around the right side of the room. The table was covered in piece of cloth.
This isn't dried blood on the tablecloth, is it?
Top of the table, there were a number of metal instruments. Junpei didn't know what they were for, and he had a feeling he didn't want to find out.
Oh, what the hell is this? What are these tools for?
Why are there springs?
That's not something I even want to think about.
What are you going to use the springs for? Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it, and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
Seek a way out. I like how the graphics on that bit always really seem to mess up. Okay, so this is the torture room. Lovely. An apt name. That's what we got. What's in that? Oh, there's a hole over it, but it's got a cover over it. We aren't going to be able to get that off. It's bolted on there pretty good. Maybe there's something around here we can use to get that thing off. Can you see anything in there? Can't see anything. I don't really think we need to bother with trying to open it. Too dark to see anything. Huh? Do I see something shiny in there? Does that mean you did see something? Or... Can't force it open. Well, it isn't, so why don't we have our tough time of it and figure out the way to open the door? Murder tools. Springs. The number of ominous looking tools and instruments here. Let's see, we've got an Addiz. Can you smash Lotus's head into the door? That should do the trick. If only. I mean, I've got the torture tools here, so maybe we have to torture somebody. A pair of forceps. And these other things are old and broken. I've no idea what they are. Doesn't this wrench look way too new to be in here with all this other stuff? Didn't notice it before you mentioned it, but it's not rusty at all. Wrench. Take the axe. Like, why wouldn't you take the axe? There is no way even a rusted axe will not be handy in this situation where people are being murdered. Will that work on this? Pair of pipes should have done the same thing with more pipe. Don't really seem like they need it here. I wonder if there's a reason for it. Cover's bolted on pretty good. Should better get the bolts off with this wrench. So they're not on that good if you can do it with a wrench. Not like her because she's over sexualized, it's because of another reason. She's annoying, yeah, that is pretty much it. Yeah, she's just really annoying. But you should mention an axe. You see, this is why we need the axe. Like, I found that knife earlier. Why did I put that away? Like, why don't I keep that on me? Don't have to stick your arm in. Sure you want to do that? There could be something dangerous in there. Okay, I admit it. That scares me a little. But if we need to see if there's anything useful in there. Alright, arm in the hole. Hey, I think I can feel something. Small, cold, and hard. Doesn't feel like there's anything else in here. Alright. Let's see what this thing is. Sun key. Did we have one of them before? I found a keyhole of that right at the start. I'm losing track of all the different like symbols and keyholes we need. Chair, right. What? Well, that was convenient. I think we're going to see the sun key in here though. Seems unlikely. Alright, sun key, you've done your job. Into my pocket with you. I thought he was just going to throw it, like, I'm done with that. What's this? Something on the screen. This device will conduct the experiment. This experiment has been completed, the door will unlock. First, just the switches to match the blocks in the sample above. I don't know what this thing is, but we've got to figure out the puzzle. It's right next to a torture chair. Whatever it is, I don't think it's good. Just the switches to match the blocks up on the top right. Just the switches shown at the four corners of the screen, and press the check button. Don't know what this thing does. You can always come back to it later. There are other things you could do. Huh? I'll come back to that. Maybe you turn on more blocks. So you got to figure out which buttons you have to press in order to get the screen to match the diagram. Let's see how many blocks each switch adds. Just turn on one switch. I mean, that's quite obvious, but I don't know which ones I need. What's this? A. I guess these buttons switch something on or off when you push them. Either. Press hint to see how it should look like. I'll have a look at that in a minute. Say the floor is going to suddenly open up. Oh god. Should be able to pull this one. Pull the lever! What's going on? You calm down. It's just water going somewhere. Sounds like it's underneath us. Means the floor. You can see through the glass now. Told you there was a shark! Instead, look like E, D, B, and F. Well, that's for these, isn't it? E, D, B, F. strange noise coming from the chair. Looks like it's been turned on. Guess the puzzles here is that power has been sent in a specific way. Turn the dials. Nothing happens. Press this stuff. You think it's broken? Oh, this one. Oh dear, I mean red looks more dangerous, but other than that, the bottom of this one looks like it's covered in rust. Don't think it'll move at all. Okay. Well, let's get Lotus in this chair. And figure out what device over in the corner's for. Okay. So do that. So that's what it's got to look like. Track. Alright. Nailed it. Adjustment is completed. Now proceeding to execution phase. Complete this experiment. Data must be collected from the subject. Once preparation is finished, place the subject in the chair. Whoa, thought we solved the puzzle already. What does it mean by preparation? I don't know. I've got a bad feeling about this. I think this means one of us has got to sit in the chair. Well, 7's never going to fit in that thing. Either you or me, Junpei. Collecting data. I wonder if it's going to run electricity through the subject. There's a human head on the screen. Maybe it's going to zap the brain with electricity. This really doesn't sound safe. Anyway, we still got to prepare. We can talk about this after we've figured out what it means by preparation. Well, it wants us to prepare, so maybe we ought to ask it what we need to do. Restraining device is unlocked. Please seat subject in device. The message on the screen was disturbingly detached.
Well, like we thought, it's not going to work unless someone sits in it.
How ironic that this would be the situation in which this slim, beautiful body is useful.
Shut up.
Lotus, are you sure? I can sit in it and you can solve.
Junpei's right. If we screw it up...
7 couldn't bring himself to finish the thought. His eyes fell on the floor. Junpei followed them. It's a shark. As if there was actually a shark in there. Lethan was a dead shark. That's a big dead shark as well. Like, that's huge. Perhaps it'd be killed by an electric shock.
I'll be fine. Even if I fall in, the shark is already dead.
But...
No one likes an indecisive man, Junpei. I can still give you advice from the chair too, you know. I just don't want to stay in this room any longer than we have to. Go over to that screen and let's get this over with.
After her words made it clear that Lotus would book no argument, she turned and walked towards the chair without hesitation. She did not sit down. Despite what she had said, she did indeed. Her leg shook.
Look, do you think you could do me one last favor?
Don't say last.
You're making me nervous.
Just listen. If something happens to me, I want you to tell my daughters. Tell them that I loved them very much.
Oh, don't show humanity now. We decided we dislike you, and then we're now gonna like kill you.
Tell them that I will always love them.
She showed
Daughters.
humanity.
You've got kids?
Yes, I do. I suppose they're about your age, Junpei. They're twins. I had them when I was young after... well, some things happened. Their names are Nona and...
Wait!
Oh my god.
Nona?
Junpei's words shut out before he even realized what he was saying. He remembered the story 7 had told him.
Hoey, Light, and Nona. Those were their names. Well, some of them. The kids that were in the experiment.
But what the hell? What's wrong with you?
Lotus took a step back from Junpei.
Oh.
7 looked just as shocked as Junpei. He blinked his eyes rapidly, as if he wasn't sure if he was completely awake.
No way, it couldn't. Lotus, is your last name Kashiwabara?
Lotus's eyes went wide.
How do you know that?
Are you serious? What the hell is this? There's no way you're that kid's mom.
That kid? Wait, what do you mean, that kid? Why are you acting like you've met her?
Seven's brow furrowed.
I have.
What?
Yeah, I met one of your kids.
When?
9 years ago.
Where?
On this ship.
Why were you...
It's not a short story.
Look, I don't care how long it is. Tell me, please, what
Not like
happened
you're on a
here?
timer or anything.
Fine, I'll tell you.
Seven glanced at Junpei, then turned his back to Lotus and began to speak. It was the same story Junpei had heard only minutes before, every detail.
But... And then, that was when... From there, it looked like... Just as if, finally... That's all I remember from 9 years ago.
At last, Seven finished. Lotus shook her
Oh
head.
my god. Everything I've been looking for the last 9 years. The person who had all the answers was right here.
Looking for?
Yes, that's right. 9 years ago, my daughters disappeared. Then 9 days later, they came back.
Or
They
nines.
never told me what happened to
Wait,
them
9
over those
years
9
ago?
years. I took them to the doctor, but I was told they hadn't been hurt in any way. Still, I was sure that they had been through something terrible. So I couldn't bring myself to force them to talk about it. If I did, then I'd force them to relive whatever horrors they'd been through. I didn't have any choice. I had to try and ignore it and move on.
Oh.
A few months passed. Gradually, they started to act like they always had, before they disappeared. They smiled and made jokes and did all the silly things kids do. It got harder and harder for me to ask them about what happened. How could I ask them to remember that? Eventually, I knew there was no way I could do it. But I'm still a mother. I couldn't simply forget that something terrible had happened to my children. So I decided I would investigate what happened on my own. I would find out what happened during those 9 missing days.
What did you find out?
Nothing. The police pretended to be concerned, but they didn't do anything. Once the 16 children who'd gone missing came back, things were just... Even the media didn't talk about what had happened. I figured someone was probably paying or threatening them to keep their mouths shut.
It's a conspiracy.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals. No, probably something even bigger than that.
Cradle Pharmaceuticals.
Have you heard of them before?
No. It's the first time I've ever heard that name. 7. How did you find out that Cradle Pharmaceuticals was connected to the kidnappings in the first place?
I figured finding out whatever the victims had in common would lead me to the culprit. That's what any good cop does.
What did they have in common?
Every single one of the kids who disappeared had gone to this one hospital at some point. The hospital was one of a bunch that were under the control of Cradle Pharmaceuticals. After that, it was just about connecting the dots.
The hospital.
The hospital.
And for a while, I was trying to get some kind of information out of the kids at the hospital.
How many times are you going to say hospital in this one?
One of them told a weird story.
What was it?
Have you heard about the Gansfeld experiment? I guess all these kids had to go through it while they were at the hospital. I think it was passed off as some sort of counseling.
What did you call it again?
Oh, the Gansfeld experiment.
It's another thing based in fact.
This is how it's set up. First, subjects Q and A are put into separate rooms, far away from one another. Then a series of video images are shown to subject Q, who is told to send the images to subject A by thinking about them.
This is more of that
A, on the
telepathic
other hand,
stuff.
is put in a
we've
large
done that before,
reclining
wasn't
chair and given a blindfold. With their senses cut off, A is asked to guess what images Q is looking at.
Oh, yes, I've heard of that. It's a famous telepathy experiment, isn't it?
Telepathy. That's how the experiment on this ship was supposed to work.
The experiment to control people, right?
Yeah. I don't know if any of the telepathy stuff really exists, but maybe someone from Cradle Pharmaceuticals bought into it.
Oh, it's grunted. Yeah, we heard that. Seven had been thinking hard for the last several minutes and finally spoke.
Even if that is the case, I still don't get how that has anything to do with any of this. The Nonary game, Zero, why we were kidnapped. What does any of that have to do with telepathy? I know I brought all this up, but I have no idea. Maybe none of this stuff is connected after all.
Then, in that moment of silence. What?
No subject has been detected. Unless a subject is detected within 60 seconds, all power will be shut down. System recovery is estimated to take 1 hour. If you wish to proceed with the experiment, please seat subject in the restraining device.
In other words, get on with it.
Whoa, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going.
Oh, no, that's not what we...
Just hurry up and get it over with. Junpei, I'm counting on you.
Right.
So doing dead shock. Lotus sat down on the chair. Junpei looked at her one last time, then made his way to the monitor.
Lotus, please, tell me right away if you feel anything weird.
I'm going to save it, because chances are I'm going to end up murdering her. By doing this very wrong.
You worry too much. Now get on with it and be a man, or June's gonna leave you.
Lotus put on the best that she could manage, but her legs were shaking so much that if she hadn't been sitting, she would have most likely fallen down.
Lotus.
Failure was not acceptable.
Okay, let's do this.
They took one last deep breath and stared at the monitor. Sounds like we've done that one. This puzzle hurt my brain, yeah. Oh, it's completely messed up this side as well. Thanks for the follow there, Profaxel. So... just that one. Oh, I broke it. Wait, that's it, isn't it? Yeah. Experiment has concluded. She just finished it the other day. You're in for a ride, man. Yeah, I'm well looking forward to it. Well looking forward to it. It's already starting to blow my mind. That was pure luck. I'm not saying anything beyond that. I just hit things and see what would happen. I can hear the door unlocking. Yeah, don't think... if that one was meant to be hard. It only took you like 2 seconds. Yeah, that was a complete fluke. I have no idea how. Release subject from the restraining device. You see, if you try and think about these things, it doesn't work. Just blind press things. I'm glad nothing bad happened, but I do think my life just got a little shorter. Oh, get you out right away. What did I do to her? Should it take long for 7 of me to get out of here? Yeah, it's kind of just keep pressing things and see what happens. Let's get out of here now. Being a guinea pig is not for me. Damn straight. I don't think I ever want to see this thing again. That door open now. See the shark again. Poor shark. Yeah. You found it! I really like that it does that.
The hallway goes to the left.
Yeah, but I don't see any doors.
Guess we just need to keep going.
Right, let's go.
Turn left twice before they saw the elevator.
An elevator.
Just what we need. Let's take this to C-Deck.
Wait, does that say E deck? God, it goes even lower. Silence, they jogged up to it. Junpei pushed the C button. Yeah, it does. The elevator motor ground away before they found themselves once again on the C deck. Door opened and they stepped off.
Huh?
They expected to find 4 other people waiting for them. There were none.
No one's here.
Where did they go?
I have no idea.
Lotus shrugged. Something in the pit of Junpei's stomach stirred. Tried to forget the fear. Oh, more people dead. Can we get off with these 3 people? No, because obviously ours is 2. Need a 9.
Hey, Junpei!
We should follow him.
Sub-ending. They ran and ran and ran and ran. The hallway seemed endless.
I know where we need to go. The door behind the central staircase. There was a sun symbol on the keyhole of that door. And I happen to have the sun key in my pocket right now. This should open that door.
That was why they ran for the central staircase. They ran for quite some time when they arrived at the door that ended the hallway. Junpei stopped.
All right, time to open this.
He laid his hand on the doorknob, his breath heavy. His breathing heavy. Seven laid a hand on his arm.
Hold on a sec there.
Huh?
We don't have the key for this one yet, right?
Jupiter symbol engraved over the keyhole.
That's...
Oh, it's the Jupiter symbol.
Seven was right. They had no Jupiter key.
We can't open this door.
Unfortunately, no, we can't.
Jeez, the sun door's gotta be just on the other side of this, you know? We can't just stop...
Frustrated, he twisted the doorknob. Oh. Door open.
Hey, it opened.
What?
And the others must have found the Jupiter key.
Well, what are we waiting for?
As he spoke, he shoved the door the rest of the way open. They rushed through. And stopped cold.
What?
Terrible scene. Oh. Oh, bloody hell. 3 people lay dead on the floor, covered in blood. I thought it was going to be the girl going nuts. Because the brother died. Oh, wait a minute. When we worked out who could go through the thing, we said it was June.
Why?
It's June 0. We felt the cold sweat trickle down his spine. Who else are we missing? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. June. Yeah, it's got to be June. He couldn't breathe. His legs shook. His body felt cold, deathly cold. But his blood was boiling hot. He could feel his mind begin to fade. He couldn't think. He couldn't concentrate. His mind was blank.
What the hell? What the hell happened?
Seven's voice was weak and broken. He edged towards the bodies, his movements stiff.
Clover.
He bent down over Clover and pressed his fingers to her wrist.
Nothing. She's dead.
Suddenly, Lotus moved. Before he understood what was happening, a hand was in Junpei's vest pocket.
Hey, what are you doing?
He leapt back. Lotus looked up at him, terrified.
The key! Get me the sun key!
Why?
Why do you think? We have to get out of here before the murderer comes back!
The murderer?
The murderer. The murderer. Once again, Junpei looked at the dead bodies.
Santa, Clover, and Ace. 3 people, 3 dead bodies.
Now then, we're 3 are alive. 6 people. 2 more. Yeah, it's got to be June.
That means that
June
the person
0.
who had killed them was... No. No, it can't be true.
It's a person you've not met in, like,
Give it to me!
how many years? What did Junpei react? Gio was stowed back into his pocket and came out with the key.
Let's go!
Without waiting for Seven or Junpei, she ran straight for the central staircase. They followed. Junpei shut his hide and swallowed his emotions. Morning would have to wait. Soon they stood in front of the door.
Open!
Lotus shoved the sun key into the keyhole and twisted it hard. But...
Why?
What happened?
yeah, the music's really good.
Nothing. Nothing happened. I didn't feel it unlock.
Oh no. Is it the wrong key?
I don't know.
Lotus sighed, defeated, and leant against the doorknob. She felt it twist. A small gap between the door and the frame.
It's open.
What the hell is this?
Wait, you mean the door was already unlocked?
Why?
But how would I know that? Whatever, let's just go.
Lotus took a deep breath and slowly opened the door the rest of the way. Stepped inside. In front of them was another hallway. Much spook stretched out towards the bow of the ship. They began to run. Faster and faster they ran, trying desperately to reach the end of the hallway. A few seconds later, there they were. In front of the stunning massive metal door. They were all breathing heavily as Junpei spoke.
What the hell is this door? I can't see anything that looks like a doorknob or switch or lever or card reader or anything. How the fuck are we supposed to open this?
We don't have a choice. We're gonna have to go back.
No, I'm not going back there. There is a murderer back there.
There was more stock terror in Lotus's voice than authority. She was almost begging.
But I don't see any other doors.
But I don't see any other doors. As she spoke, Seven stepped forward towards the door in front of them, as if to illustrate that it was the only door. It opened.
No way.
It opened by itself.
It's an automatic door?
Look, guys, I've got a really bad feeling about all this. The other doors were already unlocked, and this one's automatic. We haven't seen anything like this before.
Bad feeling.
How could their situation possibly get worse? 3 people were already dead. 5 people are dead.
This can't get any worse. Shit!
Hey, Junpei!
Step through the door.
I can't take this anymore. No one can.
Whatever hope Junpei has managed to summon disappeared.
No. It's a lie. It's gotta be. This can't be real. No. It's impossible. If it's a dream, just wake up already. Someone please tell me it's all just a joke. I'm imagining things. Yep, that's it. This is all obviously a lie. It's a big, elaborate trick. An illusion or something. Or a dream. It's made up.
Wasn't real, right? June? No, the code names meant nothing now. Canny.
Connie!
Oh man, she does well. Junpei cried out and leapt through the door. Flew to her side, his heart like a stone in his chest.
Connie, hang on!
The Junpei's BO's so high. Oh, really? I mean, they did have to voice act a lot of Canny, hold on. Oh man, the emotions. See what you mean by this music, man. Junpei swept her up and shook her by the shoulder. Yeah. She mined, her eyes fluttered open but only barely.
Connie!
Jumpy?
Her face was pale and her lips were dry and cracked. Her eyes were blank and cloudy. They stared straight at Junpei but saw nothing. Junpei put his hand against the small of her back to hold her up. It felt warm and wet. He lifted his hand up. It was covered in blood.
Oh man, Connie, there's so much blood. What the hell happened to you? How did this happen?
It was all he could do not to break into tears.
Junpei, I'm sorry.
Her voice was thin, a minuscule thread that was the only thing keeping her with him.
I might not make it.
No way. No way I am going to let you die. I am going to save you, I promise.
Thank you, Junpei. Thank you so much for everything. I was really happy.
The original 999 that had no voice acting. You see, this is how they've made it better. Because when I played this game years and years and years ago, like, I thought they had the... I think it must have just been Japanese. So I don't remember any English voice acting.
To see you again, Junpei.
I think the cartridge I bought off my friend was that.
Really happy.
Yeah.
Oh, don't give me that I was crap. You're gonna see me again lots more times. You just gotta hang on, alright, Connie? You... Ow, what can I do? Damn it!
He looked up from Canny, desperate for something. Anything.
What's that?
And he saw it. Small submarine.
A submarine? Wait, what on earth is a submarine doing here?
Is a submarine doing here? No, that it didn't matter. Nothing mattered except saving Canny. That was the only thing he wanted.
That's it!
Junpei turned his head back. Junpei turned his head back to look down at her.
Hang on, alright? There's a submarine over there. I'm gonna go see if it works.
No! Don't go. Please, don't go. Please, just stay with me, okay?
So needy.
I want to be close to you, Junpei. When I...
Connie.
Junpei, did you know you meant a lot to me when we were kids?
She is getting right, to be fair. Well, like, if you could save her.
I've liked you for a long time, Junpei. A really long time.
His vision had gone blurry. It took him a moment to realize his eyes were filled with tears. He could feel a piercing point of heat deep in his heart, like a white-hot flame.
Junpei, do you remember how we hung out a lot when we were kids? We went to the pool and to the fair. Do you remember playing snowball at the school? They're all memories I'll never forget. All of those moments are treasures to me.
Oh, this is sad, man.
But I also wanted to go to a lot of other places with you. A lot more. But that won't happen now.
No. I mean, yes. Yes, it will happen. We'll go all sorts of places, Connie. You hear me? I promise. We'll go wherever you want.
Really?
Yeah, really. I swear.
That makes me happy. Really happy.
She said it to herself over and over, a weak smile creasing her tired face.
Junpei, I feel sleepy.
No, Connie, don't fall asleep.
Thank you, Junpei. Thank you so much.
Reload, reload. Her eyes were slowly closing. Junpei screamed as he felt his throat go hoarse.
Connie! Connie! Connie!
Oh, man. Wait, so who murdered them all? Time passed. Junpei wept, curled around Kanny's body. Cried and cried until he had no tears left. The last tear fell. Junpei was no more. His body remained, but only as an empty shell. Somewhere he heard a bell ring. It was the clock at the central staircase. Rang 5 times and faded.
5 o'clock.
Quietly, gently, softly. He set Kanny down on the floor. Slowly, Junpei stood. Only then did he realize that Seven and Lotus had not followed him. Where had they gone? Slowly, he looked around the room. There was nothing. No sign that they had ever been there. He felt as though every part of Junpei's body was made of lead. Slowly, he made his way to the door. Come through. As he approached it, it opened, sliding apart with a sound like grinding stone. He passed through the great gate to the hallway. Oh God! Why? What? Is he doing this? Am I doing this? His heart. Oh God! More death. Game's too dark. His heart rattled in his chest, an empty, lifeless thing. Being so utterly broken that there was nothing left to feel. When he saw their bodies, he simply stared. It was a lake, a sea of blood. 2 bodies lay in it. There was no need to check. There was no breath left in. His eyes lit on Lotus's wrist. Her bracelet was gone. He stared, and it meant nothing to him. He didn't care anymore. He couldn't care anymore. Junpei's body felt numb. Part of him knew that the lump of lead in his chest had once been a heart. He couldn't quite remember what it had been for. Tears poured from his eyes in great streams. He wasn't sure why. He gave up trying to make them stop. He turned around, the door opened again. Slowly, numbly, he walked through. He kept walking. Why stop? An object set in motion. A simple inerter carried him forward. Eventually, he found himself in front of the submarine. His arm reached for the hatch. And he was floating. Oh, I got wrecked! His eyes stared down to it. Couldn't see the bottom. His back was hot. Dimly, he felt the blade of a knife. See, he should have taken the knife! I said he should have taken the knife! We get to know who it was? One dead body lay behind door number 5. Body of the night. And then that snake. It's 2. It's 3 more. That's 5. 7. Those of Seven and Lotus. This very room lay the body that had once been Kanny. Now Junpei would join them. Who then had killed them all? Junpei let out one last breath. Faintly, he felt the bubbles creep up on the side. Yeah, he was so close to being out. His conscience faded quickly, dissolving away into the cold, gentle lapping of the water. Oh, mate. What tune? I'm gonna guess and say that wasn't the main ending. This is a really good song, yet really creepy at the same time. The end. Or is it? We all die. Achievement unlocked. We all die by a yellow submarine. You have reached one ending. This game has multiple endings. Yeah, this is my first ending. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to play the game multiple times. Be sure to save your progress now to retain all information required. Memory of escape has been added to the titles. Memory of escape allows you to replay the escape rooms you have completed. Why would I want to do that? I'd like to save the info. Save. Yes. Yeah, this is the first ending we've got. Okay. Project's lead gave the musician what he wanted from the songs. I'm happy with. Oh, sweet. I mean, I don't blame it. The music is really good. So, definitely went down some very strange route. I'm going to assume if we go back to here, and this was the first door, wasn't it? We go where the 9th man died. Go that way. Yeah, this is how we, for everyone who didn't follow before, this is how we got there. So we went to the door we were asked to go to, and then everyone watching the stream at the time told me to be a dick and go down the 3rd door, which I think's this. This has happened. So, yeah, let's go 4th and 5th door. Need to go in closer.
I thought we were finished with that topic.
But then what should we do?
We should talk it through.
Oh my god, enough! All we're doing is talk.
I'm seeing the no, I haven't. There's a picture that I said I could put as a front priya, but I did it because it sounded like a weird word.
Talking won't solve anything. It can't help us find our way out of here. You really sure you want to just sit around? We've only got 7.5 hours left. We already wasted an hour and a half of our night.
We'll do the skip. Does anyone know? Oh my god! Does anyone know this skip stops when it gets to bits you haven't done before, hasn't it? I remember someone telling me this. Oh, okay. Realize I've gone way too. Just gonna do. It skips when I haven't got the bits you haven't done before. Okay. I think I'll just quickly click through anyway. It's a better way. Right, digital route of that. That is maths. Why am I doing a game with so much maths? 11, 17, 23, 5.
5. That means there's no way we can pass through door 4.
Your controllers. Oh, it lets me change the settings.
Lotus,
Skip,
Santa,
stop.
June, and me will go through door 4.
This is where they're deciding what door to go through. So we're gonna go through door 5 and just mess up everybody's plans.
Hey, wait.
No, that's one. Junpei's cry echoed across the room. 4 people walking towards the door stopped and turned back towards him.
I want to go through door 5 too.
His words were scarcely out of his mouth when June spoke up.
What? What are you saying, Jumpy? If you're going through that door, then I'm going with you.
Turned around to look at her.
No, you can't. I can't take you with me.
Why?
Well, you know what's in there, don't you? Are you sure you want to see that?
Well...
But instead closed it again and looked at the floor. Junpei felt an ache in his chest at her clear distress, but choice was not his to make. There was nothing else he could do. Junpei turned away from June, doing his best to silence his turbulent emotions.
Please, let me go into door 5.
Evan scratched his head and looked at the young man.
Man, now we're right back where we started, you know that?
Like, to everybody else, when you've got nothing else to go on, it just comes across like I'm being just an arse. Like, I want to be seen like this. Just because.
Junpei's bracelet is number 5, right? If we are going to add
Hey, he's
Junpei,
alive again.
then we must subtract 5 from the rest of us.
I like this dude. Snake turned to Ace.
Ace, please, take good care of Clover.
Oh, all right. That's fine.
It's 4 equals 5.
Don't go away!
You need to listen to me, Clover. Go to door 4 with the others.
No!
Don't be so selfish.
Snake, yeah, he does. I really like Snake.
Why?
Tears welled up in Clover's eyes. She bit her lip and did her best to fight them off. Snake's expression softened and he put his arm around Clover. He held her close and whispered into her
You'll
ear.
be fine. Just relax.
999 tier list based on fashion sense. Yeah, probably say Snake's top tier.
Huh. What did he tell her?
June's doesn't really make sense because her bracelet is above her jumper. You couldn't help but wonder what the other man had said. Snake is literally blind as the best fashion sense. Snake pulled back from his sister, his eyes kind and inquiring.
I understand.
Her voice was barely audible from where Junpei stood. All on. The new teams are assembled.
Let's make sure we've got this straight. Those going to door 5 are me, 7, and Snake. 7 plus 2 plus 5 equals 14, and the digital root of 14, 1 plus 4 is 5.
Like, is this digital root thing like a legitimate like thing, or is it just something that came up for this game?
And those going to door 4 are Lotus, Santa, June, Ace, and Clover. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 1 plus 4 is 22. And the digital root of 22 is 2
Fair
plus
enough.
2, 4.
Yeah, it's a legit concept thing. Ah, fair enough. I assumed as much. I'd be really impressed if they came up with it just for this game.
We're okay with this.
No problems here.
Yes. Let's do it.
All right then.
Beep, beep. Snake is really pale. Screen on the red shed 3 asterisks.
The lever's all that's left. Okay. All right then. Let's go.
Let's do this. Junpei glanced around one last time, his hand resting on the lever of the bed.
Okay. Please be careful.
Concern was written plainly across her face.
We will.
Junpei looked her in the eye and gave what he hoped was a reassuring nod. He pulled the lever. Sharp clack. The door releasing the door swung open.
And it's open.
What I really like when the doors open. Did anyone watch the that series Nightmare, where they went around and had to like tell someone who was like blindfolded what to do? And when the doors opened, it was this kind of the same animation. Nothing else moves bar this over the top 90s door opening. Ahead of them, the small hallway, there was a pitiful remains of the night. Pitiful!
Oh,
That's messed up.
that was the 9th man.
What I learned about the Ninth Man, I bet it's a wonderful story. Moment Junpei froze. Try as he might, his eyes would not leave the corpse, his feet would not leave the floor. 7-2 seemed paralyzed. Snake, on the other hand, seemed unconcerned. Walked calmly down the bloody hallway and only stopped when he realized his companions were not following.
Oh.
How can you...
Well, do you intend to kill me? I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you?
He hadn't even bothered to turn around. His head was most slightly cocked toward the shoulder.
Sorry.
Let's go!
Such casual. Yeah, absolute shadow of a man. Yeah, just like, do not care. Junpei and Seven looked at one another, nodded, and threw themselves through the door. As they did, a cold tone sounded from the left wrists of all 3 men. I'm not even sure Snake's actually blind. Virgin Junpei versus Chad Snake. Seven and Junpei looked down at their bracelets on both of them, and on Snake's was a red skull had flickered to life.
The countdown started!
He scarcely processed his information when... Metallic slammed, the number door behind them swung shut.
Shit! The door!
There's no turning back now. And if we don't manage to find the deactivation device...
Hey, where is the dead?
Fear and uncertainty, urgency, the fear and urgency in Seven's face reflected on what all 3 of them
How
felt.
the hell should I know?
Stay calm. Look around you.
Okay, I get it.
Junpei spun around, searching most desperately for the dead.
Ah!
There's an evil vibes on those doors. Yeah. Found it easily enough. It was on the wall, next to the closed door, labelled 5.
Found it. Right here.
He yelled, struck the scanner with his hand. The other 2 scrambled to follow suit. As soon as they finished, Snake threw the lever down.
Whew. Well, it looks like it stopped.
As he spoke, Junpei wiped the sweat from his forehead with a trembling hand.
Goddamn thing's gonna give me a heart attack.
Muscles stood out in Seven's neck. Corners of his mouth were twitching.
Jumpy, are you all right? Are you guys okay?
They could hear anxious voices, muffled but distinct from the other side of the door.
Yeah, we're fine.
The detonators have been deactivated.
They heard relieved sighs, and even through the door, the 3 men could feel tension disperse.
All right, we're moving on. Be careful, okay?
Okay.
Sure thing.
And they're gone.
Heard footsteps moving away, and before long, below
Now,
again. Junpei looked around.
Doesn't look like we can go any further this way.
Way ended roughly 20 or 30 feet from where they stood.
Maybe this wall can be moved. Or not. It's not budging.
Hey, there's a door over there.
To the left, however, there was a wooden door that looked positively inviting by comparison. First class. In the middle of the plaque was a plaque that read first class.
First class cabin, huh?
Well, it seems like it.
Let's have a look then, shall we? All right then, let's go.
Yeah.
There's also that twitch from where the door opens and it goes from the movie to the art. Without hesitation, Snake opened the door and stepped inside. Seven followed closely behind him. Junpei followed. Oh my words! I not to read. Junpei moved to follow them as well, but he stopped just short of the threshold and looked back, not knowing why.
I don't want to look, but
lying in the small hallway was a man's body, or at least what was left of it. Tried hard to avoid looking at the grisly scene, but it just wouldn't leave. Mind.
Oh, it's so horrible. I can't even tell what's what.
What had once been a man's internal organs now looked like so much vomit. As though something had been chewed up and spit out the better part of his torso. It was hideous, but worse still, it was cruel. It's hard to believe the thing on the floor had once been human. A black pool of thick blood. Lumps of glistening flesh spread across the floor. The awkward, twisted angle of shredded intestines. The head, wrenched to some grotesque, unnatural position. Maybe they can glue them back together. Yeah.
He'd been wearing these.
Why is he surprised? His body's in pieces, but his glasses are broken. The man's glasses lay next to his head. The lenses were cracked and the frame was bent and distorted. And next to his glasses lay a bracelet. Number 9 still displayed on its face.
The bracelet's off. Oh wait, Zero did say.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confines of the ship, or the backside of the wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
The bracelet comes off when you're dead. But what the hell's the point of getting it off when you end up like this? Just imagining how it must have happened. This was a human.
What a noise that was! Oh. Suddenly, Junpei felt his stomach convulsing and not a muscle gripped his throat.
Oh god. Oh, I feel like I'm gonna puke. Oh, I gotta get out of here.
Clapped his hands over his mouth and ran to the first class cabin. Yeah, I thought that, like, it's really hard. It is really, like, too messed up to actually understand. The atmosphere changed immediately. The room was gorgeous despite the apparent age of the ship. None worse for wear.
Where did they...
Looked around. Seven and Snake were nowhere to be seen. 2 doors on the right-hand side of the room. He opened one to his right and went through.
Through here?
The other side of the door was a short hallway. He jogged down the hallway, opened the door at the other end and peeked through. There they are. He was right, busy examining something.
What's up?
He stepped through the door and walked towards them.
Check this out. We found this thing here on the door.
The red light's on. Does that mean it's locked?
So I would assume.
Is there any other way out?
We looked around a little. Other than this door, we didn't find anything.
So you're telling me that unless we can open this door...
Yes, we won't be going anywhere.
Junpei stepped away from the door and looked around the room.
This looks like a bedroom.
Then the other room is probably a living room, or the closest you can get to one on a ship.
All right, let's find a way to open this door. Come on, guys.
Thanks for the folly there, Guru. Sorry, I was too busy in the Seek Way Out dance. So extreme. So this is the first class cabin. Piano. Oh, another ship map. Map? It's a map of a ship? Imagine it proved very helpful. You best hold on to it, Junpei. Okay. Possible to use the map screen. Piano keyboard. What is Snake doing? He can't play, can he? Piano, there's something amiss with the keys. You mean it's out of tune or something? No, it's properly tuned, just... Well, the sounds are clearly purposely different. The C key doesn't yield a C, rather a different note entirely. Same goes for the D keys. They play some other note. Why do you think it's like that? Isn't it painfully obvious? Zero modified it in some way. This piano, you see, is part of one of the puzzles Zero has set up for us. Perhaps if we play the keys in the correct order, something will happen. In other words, we need to play a song on the piano. I believe so. Okay. It's totally a table with a mirror. Ah yes, you know that sort of thing is known as a vanity. Be aware of that, Junpei. Not now, like... Of course, vanity also refers to self-love, conceit and narcissism. As such, you could say that every day when a woman looks into one of these, she's staring at her own conceit and narcissism. Alright, get dark. Doesn't that strike you as terribly sad? Nothing there. Totally empty. By the bed. Score plate. Backwards. There we go. Took Junpei by surprise. Snake, usually so calm and collected, suddenly began to move. He stared about the room almost frantically, clearly looking for something. No, Junpei part, not staring. After all, he's blind. Or is he? Snake has ascended the past. Yeah, he like senses how he looks. Oh, this? I just threw it together. Mind or not, Snake was clearly attempted to do something. At last, Junpei could no longer contain his curiosity.
What's wrong? You got weird all of a sudden.
Snake waited for a moment before answering.
I heard something strange.
Something strange?
Ah, well, never mind. It doesn't seem to be anything suspicious. I don't wish to toot my own horn, but my auditory senses are considerably more advanced than those of most humans.
His spidey senses are tingling.
I notice even the slightest of noises.
Right. Are you gonna tell me you can hear a needle drop from a mile away?
No, such a thing would be impossible. However, by listening to the sound of footsteps and breathing, as well as sound echoing off the environment, I can locate most objects.
So he's a bat.
Oh yeah, that's right. When Clover fell on the big staircase a little while ago, you were at her side immediately.
In a big coat. When Clover fell off the thing of staircase a while ago, you were at her side immediately.
So that was...
Yes, I could hear it happening. In fact, I can run quite fast. Certainly as fast as you. And should someone attempt to start a fight with me, I am quite confident that I could defeat them.
What a guy! What a guy! Yeah, it does. He can run and he can fight.
Oh, really?
Junpei was somewhat taken. Absolute Chad. Junpei was somewhat taken back by his revelation. He stared at Snake, skeptical.
You don't believe me, do you? Care to give it a try? I must warn you, you'll no doubt regret it.
God, hit me.
Well, I suppose that's enough playing around. Let's resume our search, shall we?
With a small, self-satisfied smile, Snake turned and walked away from Junpei. What a guy. Nothing else there. True, you don't see too many of these days. I can't see the details, obviously, but I imagine one of those princess beds Clover is so fond of. Clover wants one of these? Yes. She wants a princess bed. Didn't I say that? You think it doesn't suit her? Yeah, I guess you could say that. Ah, Junpei, judge her by her appearances, will you? And well, you should not. Else I will fuck you up. White desk. Feels kind of fancy. Small round chair. Looks like it probably goes in the vanity. Door. What's that? Light switch. Nothing happens when I press it. Bathroom. Sink's clean. Nothing's coming out. Got the force shut all the way, but I can't hear anything. Lights here. Nope, doesn't look like there's anything hidden here. This full shut must be for putting water in the bathtub. The bathtub is full of water. Is there ash or something in the water? It looks kind of grey. Let's just pull the plug. No, hold on. Maybe we can use it for something. Use it for something. Ah, screw it. Not the shower. Hey, it's great to see you all here. Testing. Great to see you. Just flew in from New York, and boy, are my arms tired. Yes, thank you. I'll be here all week. Try the veal. It's not a mic, 7. It's just a shower head. What? What the hell? Fancy room. Some sort of antique desk. Makes sense though. I guess this whole room's full of antiques. You could get a nice handful of cash for all the stuff in here. Heavy piece of paper that's been folded in half. It has score printed on the front of it. Got me musical score. That's true, then the score we just found will probably fit in here. At least at some point. Yeah, so let me put it in it. Nah. Wait, what? Oh, it's the same bit of paper. Not only a cop, but a comedian as well. Man of many talents. Couch looks big enough for 3 people. Looks perfect for me. Perfect for an elegant gentleman like myself. The couch looks a lot more elegant. Hey, there's something you aren't saying. Never mind. Oh, there's an iron gate in front of the fireplace. Something behind it. Gimme. I need something to poke it. At the vase. I'm gonna use this vase, right? That's pretty clever, Junpei. It's got to fill this thing with water. Yes! That's exactly what I was thinking. Not just randomly clicking on things. What's in this door? Oh, that's where we came from. The rip, dude. It's the back. Oh, wait. There's 2 rooms here. There we go. Suitcase made of leather, the colour of rich mahogany. Well, shoot, looks like there's nothing in it. Like this one. Nothing in there. Oh. G plate. Toilet. Some toilet paper on the wall there. Nothing looks suspicious. It's a toilet. Doesn't seem to be anything in the toilet or the tank. Base. Let's fill this up. Base filled with water. Yeah, it's like every door looks the same. Can I plug it? Oh, well, let me do it now. Bazinga! Found a D in the bath. Is that all of them? Oh no, wait. Oh, this one. Good job. Another success. That fire didn't stand a chance. It's out. Don't want to get burned, so let's pull down the sleeves. Score plate. I combine that with that. Junpei took the plate into his pocket.
Oh.
Seven cried out and stumbled, his balance lost. He threw out a hand and caught the wall, in time to steady himself and avoid the floor, but his face was flushed and he looked startled.
Hey, Seven, what the hell was that? Are you alright?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just felt a little dizzy, that's all.
Seven rubbed a couple of fingers across his brow and then shook his head as if to clear it.
What the hell is wrong with me? First memory loss, now I'm getting dizzy for no reason.
Memory loss?
Junpei couldn't hide surprise in his voice. Seven, for his part, seemed unconcerned.
Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't tell you, huh? I told the rest of them before we ran into you on the stairs. I told them I couldn't remember a damn thing from before I woke up. Didn't realize I hadn't told you.
Whoa, wait a minute. You're talking about amnesia, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Well, why are you an amnesiac? What happened to you?
If I knew that, I wouldn't really be one, would I?
Burn.
Oh, yeah, I guess that's true.
Junpei paused for a moment and stared at Seven.
Are you telling the truth?
Huh?
Well, you look pretty calm for somebody who doesn't remember anything. If you've really got amnesia, shouldn't you be, like, upset or confused?
Well, sure. I mean, I was pretty confused when I woke up down on D-Deck. But that was a while ago. I've had some time to get used to it. After a while, I figured it wasn't worth the trouble of worrying about it. After all, why worry about something I can't change? Well, people usually don't stay amnesiacs forever. I figure it'll work itself out eventually.
But that's it?
That's it. Alright, that's enough talking for now. Let's get back to work.
Bankai. Seven gave Junpei a look the younger man wasn't sure how to interpret, and then
How
walked
are you
away.
fine with something like that?
Somehow, though, Junpei didn't find his reassurances very reassuring. Can I do that? That looks like a thing. Was the room in this room? Same thing there. Look it. No. Or this one. No. This one. We're in. Suitcases. Nothing inside. There's nothing inside the suitcases. I could tell by the weight and shaking it. But I am Snake. Another plate. What's this? Safe is locked. One of them dial locked. Don't have a key, we just need to get the dials right place and it'll open. Did you find anything, Seven? Nope. How about you, Snake? I also found nothing. Man, these guys are useless. I have to work everything out. Say score. Score plate. Say score. That's what I've done. Like, I have all these plates to the piano. Is that thing like just try to make me waste my time trying to click on it? Start with the score. Music stand. Seems a good place to put the music we found. Just got to put the ceramic plate on the bottom. Then stack the glass plates on top of it. Alright, good. Sweet, now I can play the music. Junpei, would you be so kind to play the piano? I'm unable to, you see. I'm sure I needn't tell you, but the keys on the piano are what you might not expect them to be. C won't be C, D won't be D, and so forth. You must listen carefully to determine which key. Oh god. You understand? Yeah. Okay, let's give it a shot. Oh, right, I see. That. Find that first, right? Okay, so that. forgotten which one's which. Ah! Ah! Nailed it. I do music, me. Oh, I recognise it. And we're done. Music is not my forte. Wait, what was that noise? We did it. It's like it worked. Heard something unlock over by the exit. Let's go. That's the first one you had to, like, remember where things were. Stand, bow, be seated. Oh, bow. Bow. Well, I guess he hadn't forgotten that. At least Snake thinks it's funny. Yes, I suppose that was the classroom bell, wasn't it? I don't think I imagined that's what Zero was thinking of, however. No, Zero is certainly meant to suggest Westminster, not middle school. Westminster? The palace in London that plays host these days to the Houses of Parliament. Heard of Big Ben, the famous clock tower, yes? Big Ben plays that very collection of notes on the hour. London, the capital of England, huh? At any rate, the door is now unlocked. Let's leave this place immediately. The door unlocked. What about the safe? Safe. Exit's open. Didn't to open the tube alcohol. Do you think it's important? I wonder what's in there. I don't open it until we know the right numbers. Guess we'll leave it alone for now and move on. Burr. Signal's green now. I'd imagine it means it's now unlocked. What the hell are we sitting around here for? Let's get out of here. Alright, let's go. Yeah. You found it. Came out the door into a long, straight hallway.
Another hallway? Hmm?
He paused for a moment and turned around to look behind him.
That should do it.
Seven was bent over, apparently doing something to the door.
What's he up to?
Junpei had spoke more or less to himself, but apparently Seven had heard anyway. A larger man stood up and turned to Junpei.
I was just putting one of those plates in there. It ought to keep the door from locking again. Now we can come back here anytime we want, right?
Okay, he's a smart dude with his whole making stuff stays open.
Ah, why would you want to come back here?
Snake was a reasonable one. Seven thought about it for a moment before he answered.
I might like to play a little piano.
Piano?
Come on, let's get moving. We aren't out of this yet.
Without waiting for an answer, Seven started off down the hallway.
Well then?
Snake shrugged, sighed, and quietly followed Seven. That's a lie, Junpei thought to himself.
Can't say I could ever imagine Seven playing the piano. He couldn't use the piano in there anyway. The keyboard's a mess. But why would he want to leave the door unlocked then? I have no clue.
Hey, wait for me!
Kick it closed, just to be an arse. Junpei frowned, took one last look at the door, and then walked away from his companions. After some time in the hallway, they emerged into a larger, more open area.
Whoa, a metal grate?
Large metal crate like the door of a jail, divided in half.
Why is this thing...
They shook it for a while, but as they expected, it did not move.
Figures.
Are those elevators over there?
No way to know if they're working or not from here. Oh, there's a door just to the left of this grate.
Fortunately, however, it was locked and refused to open.
Sounds like it's locked.
Yep.
Junpei took a moment to examine the left side of the room.
Stairs leading down.
They're blocked by the grate, though.
But this here seems accessible.
So we can open it?
Nah, I think it's locked too. Look.
Center of the door was a small keyhole. Next to the keyhole, a small symbol has been carved into the metal.
What's this mark? The female symbol.
Wasn't quite sure what to make of it. Snake naturally was somewhat more sure.
Ah, the Venus symbol, I imagine. Do you recall the similar symbols near the large central stairway? They reference many of the solar bodies.
Oh, that's right. The sun.
So, don't go through that door.
And Earth.
So, as you can see, that one is likely...
Not the woman symbol, but a Venus symbol.
So I assume.
Hold on. Where's 7?
While they had been discussing the symbols, Junpei now realized 7 had slipped away. His absence now felt. Snake and Junpei turned to look for their missing companion.
There he is, down that hallway.
7 had left them and headed down the hallway, extending to the right.
This way, Snake. Follow me.
Junpei grabbed Snake to lead him in the right direction. They both headed off after 7. Full on, the 3 of them stood in front of a door.
I wonder if this door will...
It's a French door.
How about that? It opens.
Junpei tested the door and realized that unlike so many others they encountered, it was unlocked. Almost as though he was afraid it would suddenly lock itself, Junpei threw the door. Junpei threw the door open. Got another puzz. He stepped inside. What's this?
Oh, wow.
Is it a casino? Oh, this is where I came up before. Tried to come into this room before, and like Clover just shouted at me.
Is this some kind of casino?
Sure looks like one.
Well, Junpei could comment further, and noise behind him made him turn around. Snake was shaking the door they'd just come through.
Well, this is troubling.
7 and Junpei watched. He threw up his hands in frustration, then kicked the door for good measure.
It seems we are once again locked in.
There's no reason to panic, however.
Even if that door was open, it's not like we had anywhere to go that way.
So we must find another exit then.
All right, guys, let's split up and search this room. Come on, no dawdling. Let's go. Quickly now.
Quickly now. Spurred into action by 7's words, Junpei and Snake began to examine the room. Seek a way out. Right. I'm gonna just go to the toilet. And then we will carry on this puzzle. So be right back. Thanks all for watching so far, and I'll return shortly. And I'm back. I went through the wrong... I never came back. I went through the wrong door. All the doors were locked. Right. Casino time. Check out that stained glass. How beautiful. What? Stained glass is coloured pieces of glass placed together in a frame. As if I've said many times before, I need only touch it to know. At least I can discern the basic structure. Play this. Symbols for heart, spade, and diamond. Need coins. Coins? It's locked tight, but I can't get it. So, some over there. It says 9. Looks like that cover's hiding something. If this is the cover, then maybe it opens up. Probably does. Guess I need a card for that? 9 card. Oh, here we go. A 3 card. Wow, this place is like super amazing. Oh my god, it's like super amazing. What's this place for? Probably for playing Baccarat. Keep talking about Baccarat. Looks a little off though. Yeah, look at the middle of the table. Something mounted on it, see? Suddenly, Seven began to speak.
Ah, Baccarat. You ever played Junpei?
Junpei shook his head. He'd barely even heard of the game.
No, never.
Alright then, how about I explain the rules to you a bit?
Oh, am I gonna have to learn how to play Baccarat?
See, Baccarat is kind of an unusual game. You've got the banker and the player. The whole point is that you guess which one's gonna win. And whether the banker or the player wins, it all depends on their hands. The way each hand works is different from other games too. See, you take the number from the ones place after you add up the value of all your cards. Whoever gets the number closest to 9 wins. If your number is smaller than your opponent's, you lose. And that's it. That's the explanation. Got it?
No.
Well, actually, there's a lot more to it. Strategy, details, that sort of stuff. But what I just told you sums up the core of the game pretty well. The single digit of the sum of all the cards you have. The strongest hand is a 9, and the weakest hand is a 0. You just ignore the number in the 10 spot.
Okay.
Do you get it?
Yeah.
You hadn't asked for it, but Seven's explanation rushed through... Seven's explanation, rushed as though it had been, was helpful.
Well, maybe half of it. Enough. I got a chance at winning the game if I played now.
However, we have no way of knowing if the puzzle in the Baccarat table makes use of those rules, and if it does, in what manner.
Then I guess we try everything.
Feeling more confident? Only slightly, Junpei approached the Baccarat table. Okay. Hey Seven, are we really supposed to play Baccarat? Baccarat table? What the hell else would we do? Stop worrying about it. It's real simple. What's the opponent's hand? Well, there's an 8 in that glass case. Alright then, that's your opponent's number. If that's the case, what 3 cards do we need to get that number? Cards. A couple of indentations with white lines around them, right? These mean we got to put down 3 cards. So, there's 3 cards here and defeat the opponent's 8. That's what I gotta do, I guess. Yeah, I think so. It tells me those aren't the only rules. Let's give it a shot. Like, only have card. 3 empty indentations. I just gotta pick up a card and play it. Figure if I put them in the right spot, something ought to happen. Let's give it a try. That's all I have. I think I need more cards. That's the Baccarat table. What's on these? Square table. Looks like a Mahjong table. You play Mahjong, Seven? Maybe. I don't remember exactly, but I do remember a couple of hands and some of the rules, so I figure I must have played it at some point. Excellent. Once you've vacated this vessel, I should like to play a game with you. Can you play? So long as you tell me which tiles I am eliminating, yes, I believe I have at least enough skill to defeat an amateur. He's such a guy, I love him. However, I must ask you to remove the red tiles when we play. Oh, there's more. Oh, wow. So we've done that. Bar. Look at that. Someone left a bottle of booze here. Don't mind if I do. Look. Oh, that hits the spot. Feels like my throat's burning. Damn, he really drank it. We don't even know how long it's been there. Can't know. 7. Playing card? 4. So is that enough? I thought I'd just give us... What's that? Fire? Got some here. Weird looking thing floating in. Oh, another card. 6. We do that now. 6, 7 makes 13. 7. Oh. I heard something from the bottom of the fireplace. What's that? Something down. Clubs, spade, and heart. Oh, a coin bag. Is that with this? Alright, let's put a coin in the bag from here. Heard an odd noise. To be honest, I don't know. I pressed some of the buttons and smacked the machine once or twice, but nothing happened. Looks like a coin got stuck. Oh, I've broken it. Coins are stuck in there, but good. This machine won't be working it. It's stuck. Wheel won't move because the coins are stuck. Oh, I've broken it. Oh, this one. Buggy little bastards. I need one of you. Oh, so it's clubs, spade, heart. Spin. Club, spade, heart. Yeah! Yes, 777. And I heard something unlocking in there. Impressive, Junpei. It would appear to be unlocked now. There's something akin to the drawer at the bottom part of this machine, yes? That's the pickup drawer from the... Probably locked the drawer got unlocked. Please open it. Oh, we got a key. Playing card and a key. Excellent, Junpei. Oh, the Venus symbol was for the gate, wasn't it? Better open the gate. Just need to figure out how to get out of this room. Correct. Come on, Junpei. Hurry up. And he's off. Playing card and a Venus key. Better put the key in my pocket for later. Card. So 4 and 3 is 5. 6, 7, 8, 9. So that should do it. I should... Oh! So that one. Yeah. That one. Oh. Right, I have to do it this way. I won! Yeah, it worked. Alright, if I put down these 3 cards, yes, open for me. Great. Did it, Junpei. Think it's telling us to take the 8 card? Come on, let's grab it. Right, take the card. 6, 7, and 8. Take these. Stuck. Wait, is something on that table? Yeah, there is. 5 card. Stained glass. It's the 3rd machine I haven't used. Wait, have I lost my coins? Wait, is it 8? Ace is 1 plus 8 equals 9? Is that what I've got to do? Yeah. Okay. I was looking for a 9 card. Oh my. It's even another device to contend with, yes? There are 3 slots in this one, so I've got to make 9. Six, 7, 13. Oh, is it a digital route thing? I've only got 3 cards left, so make 9 with 3 cards put in the slots right, just like at the back rack table. Alright, let's give it a shot. This would work in a digital route situation. Maybe. Yeah, it works. Put the cards we had left into the slots. What happens now? I did hear something from the exit. Excellent work, Junpei. Wonderful. Seems like the exit is unlocked. Let's go. Alright, let's go. You found it. A few minutes coming in, ran out the casino into a large open room. A room, in fact, they had been in once before. There was a little surprise to them there. They already knew what their next step had to be.
This way.
The iron gate still stood in place, locked tight, blocking the stairway, and in the center of it,
The keyhole with the Venus symbol. The Venus key should work here.
wasting no time, he pulled out and shoved it into the keyhole. Turned it, and with distinctive sound of metal on metal, he felt the lock click open.
It sounds like it did. All right, let's get this thing open.
No problem. Let me help with this one.
Junpei grabbed the handle on the left-hand side and Seven took the handle on the right. Junpei signaled, they both pushed, and the gate creaked open.
It sounds as though you have opened it. We should be able to reach C deck now, I imagine.
Snake, are you gonna be all right? I mean, the stairs.
Please, do not do yourself the embarrassment of underestimating me. I would be unlikely to trip even if I were running backwards.
Good to hear. Let's move.
What a flex! At Seven's words, they leapt onto the stairs and jogged quickly down them. No time at all, they found themselves on C deck.
Everything looks okay here.
We should check the next deck down, just in case.
When they reached the water, we call back up to Snake and Seven.
Just what I thought. D-deck is completely underwater.
Just like the bottom of the central staircase.
The surface of the water blown was a flat mirror.
I'm just glad the water level hasn't changed much.
Back to the C deck then.
Now, how about we check out what's here?
Began searching around, taking stock of what was on C deck.
There are 2 elevators over there, which means it's probably the same upstairs.
There's a card reader between them. And another weird mark.
Hey, check it out. It's the symbol for Lotus.
Another Lotus stick.
What?
See? It's got the woman symbol, and then it's got the devil horns, right?
Yeah, I see it. No 2 ways about it. That was a pretty good one, kid.
Seven Juice tousled Junpei's hair in what he likely thought to be a friendly manner, but Junpei feared his neck might break, even though it was clear Seven had kept his strength in check.
Oh, would you watch it, man? Whew, that hurts. You're gonna break my neck.
What are you talking about? The human body ain't that weak. Maybe this'll toughen you up, huh?
If we were looking for a devil, we've got one right here.
Thankfully, Snake interrupted. After Junpei's close observation, he'd gone over to examine the card reader.
This is a Mercury symbol. The marks you mistook for horns are a stylized version of the wings and staff of Hermes.
Wings and a staff. Huh. So then, she beats you with the staff until you die and go to heaven. Sounds like Lotus, all right.
Seven took Junpei's head even more vigorously, and the younger man began to feel as though his brain was being jostled about inside of his skull.
Seven! Oh, that's too much! Oh, my head!
Junpei's stomach began churning uncomfortably.
Oh, I think I'm gonna puke.
Unless we can activate this device, I doubt the elevator will function.
In other words, we gotta find a key card with a Mercury symbol on it.
So I would assume.
Let's forget the elevators for right now. How about that hallway to the left?
Whoa, there's a bunch of doors.
Great many doors lining both sides of the hallway. They seemed to stretch forever, and all 3 men suddenly felt very small.
Ah, shit. We're not gonna have enough time to check all these, are we?
Maybe we can come back here later. We should check out the other side.
They're real fake doors. Buy your real fake doors right here.
Let's head back.
To the right of the stairs, another hallway stretched out, reaching deep into the bowels
To
of
the
the
right
ship.
this time.
To the right, to the left this time. 2 hops this time. After a few moments of moving briskly down the hallway, they emerged into an area roughly the same size and shape as the one at the top of the stairs. The left-hand side of the room with 4 French doors.
There are doors here too. Well, I guess it's just 4 this time.
Let's open them up, starting with the closest one there.
Okay, I'm on it.
I'm on it. Junpei nodded and grabbed the one closest to him. Gave it a small tug and felt it move.
It isn't locked. I'm going to open it.
Thrilled to have found another unlocked door, he threw it open. Guessing this is the medical room? The hospital room? Yeah.
What?
Three, 7. He simply stood, unable to speak. 7's eyes opened wide, his mouth gaped. After a few long moments, 7 at last managed to speak.
Hey, what is this place? It's so huge and empty.
Massive room stretched out in front of them, more of a cavern than a room. Its vastness was oppressive, and it bore down on 7 and Junpei. It was not empty, however. The entire room was filled with lines upon lines of beds. They were simple things, little more than pipe and thin mattress.
Oh, there are beds everywhere.
Is this a hospital? The harsh scent in the air is reminiscent of antiseptic solution.
I think so. There are shelves in the center of the room with medicine and surgical tools.
Hey, look there. The 4 doors at the end.
3 of them were emblazoned with the large single-digit numbers made with thick red paint.
The left door says 3. The second door is blank, but the third has a 7. And the rightmost door is 8. There's no doubt. They're numbered doors.
Hey, why is that door between 3 and 7 blank? Does that mean anything?
No point worrying about it right now. Let's see if these will open first.
Yeah, good idea.
3 of them threaded their way through the beds towards the back of the room. Upon reaching them, they proceeded to investigate each door in turn, but to no avail. They are.
Yep, locked. Just like I thought.
Naturally. After all, there are rules to the Nonary game, and to allow these doors to open easily would violate those rules.
Jump to the next decision when the rest come.
Unless we can authenticate ourselves with the red, the numbered doors...
Whoa, check this out.
So, see, doing the running around and waiting for people, does that still matter? I don't know if that comes up with a thing or not.
Look at the red. There's nothing on it.
Huh?
Don't you remember the red back at the main staircase?
Yeah, so this...
If there wasn't anyone in it, it said vacant on the little screen, remember?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right.
But this one...
There's nothing.
Right? You think it's broken?
Only one way to find out.
Beep. Beep. Beep.
No, nothing.
Junpei and the others put their hands on the panel, but nothing happened. Red refused to change. They tried putting the lever, and still nothing. As they soon discovered, it wasn't only the red on the door 8 that seemed to be malfunctioning.
How about the red on door 7? And door 3?
I didn't think all of them would be malfunctioning.
What does it mean?
What does it mean?
They've got to be broken. Man, that bastard. I didn't think Zero was the kind of guy who'd screw around with something like this.
Whoa, Zero's been prepared for everything so far, and you're saying he's gonna make a mistake now?
Well, that's the only thing I can think of. This thing ain't working at all.
While Junpei and 7 talked, Snake busied himself with examining the red. After a time, he lowered his hands and spoke.
It seems as if some of the internal hardware has been removed.
Internal hardware?
That is what I said. Take a look at the underside of this red, if you please.
The bottom?
Junpei obliged, bent over to look at the underside of the device.
Huh, there's a thin slot here. I think it's a slot for something. Probably electronic.
The other 2 Reds are the same. Something's been removed from all 3 of them.
I get it. So the Reds aren't working because somebody pulled out their guts.
So I assume.
But why? And who? I mean, it really doesn't make sense.
I have no idea. Why on earth would I know something like that?
Just then, they heard the sound of a door opening.
Oh, what now?
The 3 of them turned and saw Akane. Oh no, Junpei thought it's
June!
June. She stopped short, surprised to see them, and was very nearly bowed over by the rest of her companions who were coming through the door behind her.
Ace! Santa! Clover! And Lotus!
Guess everyone's here.
Junpei and Seven were for a moment at a loss for words.
What are you guys doing?
Why are you...
That's my line?
Perhaps we should exchange information.
After a moment of silence and surprise, everyone suddenly began to talk, desperate to exchange. So is this... Still not yet. How did they end up in the same place? Of course, none of it was very useful information, but that hardly mattered. They were happy to simply see one another again. Although the level of cheer varied greatly from person to person, each one of them was wearing some manner of a smile, almost as though they had already forgotten about the death of the 9th man. Junpei thought, was it? That's definitely what drove them to smile at one another. Not in a morbid or hateful way, the 9th man had died, but they were still alive, and that was something to be happy about. Sort of a simple, uncomplicated joy, Junpei thought. The joy of being alive, still alive. He felt sorry for the 9th man, but more than anything, Junpei was just happy to be alive.
And that's what we know.
With that, Junpei finished his own explanation.
Well, this isn't good. If the Red is inactive, we can't keep going.
What about that big hallway? Maybe there's somewhere in there we might be able to go.
No, there's nothing there. The 5 of us had a quick look. There are plenty more hospital rooms, but nothing else.
You mean all those doors are for hospital rooms?
Yes. There are a number of individual rooms in addition to this large one.
There was a door at the end of the hallway, but it was locked.
It had one of those solar system mark things on it.
Skip this if you've already read it. It says I haven't.
It was
yet.
the Jupiter symbol.
Jupiter.
I wonder what it means.
Fusion seemed to be the consensus. No, it was not.
While we're asking what things mean, what's the deal with this room? I mean, I thought this was a cruise ship, but I can't imagine a cruise ship.
No, not when you say it's a bit of rough, but that's it. Till 7.
Well, I figure it's probably a hosp. Chances are it's the gigantic.
Yeah, so he talks about the gigantic.
The gigantic?
We actually had this. There. Yeah, so kind of met at the same point here. What's that? It's 3, 7, and 8. Large hostel room. Let's get to the large hostel room. Let's finish this bit first, and then should let me skip. Junpei looked at Seven, shocked by his knowledge and the apparent identity of their prison. He was not the only one.
What is this gigantic?
What about the gigantic?
She was actually the
Death
Titanic. They intended to make her a passenger liner like the Titanic. The British Navy took her over. At some point during the war, the gigantic was damaged. She ran aground afterwards, so she...
You know when you pick which rooms to go through, does that matter? Or is it just
what
worth
happened to
going
her after
straight
that?
to the choices?
One theory going around is that it seemed like he'd been one of the few to survive that trauma soon enough. But the
So you're saying this...
Yeah.
That's... Pipe down. Just what, that's it? Well, have you proof that the...
Well, this...
So they talk about the gigantic...
Well... I don't know. Yeah.
Bell began to ring.
It sounds like the clock.
We counted each chime
10,
carefully.
11, 12. 12.
It's midnight. Then we've still got 6...
Let's get going. We gotta find the missing parts for the Reds.
What do you mean, find? How on earth do you propose we do that?
We've looked everywhere in this room.
Examining the room as
But
they
we haven't found anything.
Right.
That only leaves one place to look.
One?
Well...
Huh?
Wait. Don't tell me you mean we need to search all of the other...
Well, you already checked some of them out before you came here, right?
We each checked a single room, so 5 rooms in total.
All right then. That's 5 rooms we don't have to search. We just have to split up the rest between the 8 of us. If each of us can do 6 rooms apiece, we'll have the other 48 rooms cleared in no time.
There are 48 other rooms?
Lois did not seem excited by the prospect. Seven fidgeted nervously before responding.
Maybe?
Some discussion, the 8 of them decided which rooms to begin with and in what order they would go. Junpei was chosen to search the rooms on the starboard side, moving from fore to aft.
Alright, so everyone knows which area they're searching?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta go have fun playing. Nice to see you, man. Like I said, I'll be back around the same time tomorrow. And whenever. Thanks for following, and hope you would like to come back and see some more. I'm going to be doing all 3 eventually. But yeah, thanks for being along.
We'll all meet up when the clock goes off again.
Yeah. Sounds straightforward enough.
During their search, anyone must locate the missing components. That
I'll shout if I find any of the components we need.
I hope we can find them within the time limit.
Strategy failed. They return to discuss their
If we
options
can't,
later.
then we'll just have to come up with another plan.
Right, then let's do this.
I want to stay with Snake. I don't want him to die. And searching out the hallway they went, each of the rooms they've been assigned. However, there we go. Now it's on skip mode. So they didn't find anything.
What happened, guys?
Oh,
Jumpy,
Snake's
look!
gone. I'm gonna talk about having that. Snake is gone. Oh man, I want to try and stop Snake.
Then
So
remain here if you
let's-
feel you must, but there's no time.
Let's go to the next one, yeah? 3, 7, and 8 doors. There we go. So Snake, Ace has put himself to sleep. So what door should we go through? Went through 3 last time and got absolutely wrecked. So we've got 7 and 8. I don't know. Haven't seen any of these 2 yet. 7? Do 7.
I think I'm gonna go with door 7.
Okay, 7 it is.
Yeah.
Alright then. That means June's gotta go through 8.
What? Why?
What?
Santa grimaced and muttered angrily to himself, but he finally began to
If the
explain.
6 of us are gonna keep going without leaving anyone behind, there are only 3 ways we can do it.
I mean, I didn't go through the other door with her.
Have 3, 5, and 8 go through 7. 4, 5, and 7 go through 7. And 3, 6, and 8 go through 8. Or
Let's see.
3, 6, and 7 go through 7. And 4, 5, and 8 get 8. There are no other combinations. In other words, 3 and 4 and 7 and 8 can never go through the same doors. You get it now?
Time to finish. June looked over at Junpei's tears, welling up in the corner of her eyes.
Oh no. You're saying we aren't gonna see each other again for a long time.
Oh, ocean. Junpei felt just as June did. He wanted to be outside through whatever trials they were preparing to face, but he knew if they were going to survive, they had to swallow his feelings. In order for the 6 of them to move forward, he and June had to be separated. He looked at June. He was scared to lose her, but he swallowed, sealed his revolve, and did his best to smile.
Hey, come on. You're making it sound like we're never gonna see each other again. We gotta split up, but only for a while. This is just like when we went into the 4 and 5 doors, remember? We got split up then too, but we all met back up. I'll bet 7 and 8 are just like that.
You mean they're connected somewhere?
Yeah, probably.
Probably.
He didn't sound very hopeful. It was 7 that interjected.
I'm sure they're gonna connect somewhere.
Why? What makes you think so?
If they don't, then neither team can get through door 9. In other words, the game would end right here. Zero's been on top of his shit so far. I don't think he'd blow it now. I'm damn sure that son of a bitch wants to have his fun as long as possible. He's not gonna end this game until we get through the 9 door.
June said nothing. The tears were gone, but her eyes were still sad as they looked at Junpei. He met them, and with what reassurance he could manage, he laid his hand gently on her shoulder.
Everything's gonna be fine. We're gonna see each other again. I promise.
June bit her lip and gave him an almost impeccable nod.
Yes. Promise?
Voice was barely above a whisper. Santa's voice shattered at the moment.
You guys are done, right?
He stretched and continued.
Anyway, that's pretty much it. Clover and I will both go into separate groups. I figure I'll take 8 and Clover can take 7. Any problems with that, Clover?
Clover looked away and was silent for a moment.
Whatever.
It was more of a dismissal than an agreement, but Santa didn't seem to care.
All right, we're ready to go then. Let's move.
Let's move. At Santa's command, the group split and headed for their respective doors. Clover, 7, and Junpei walked towards the door. Oh, I don't want Clover. She's like... whines. Santa, Lotus, and June headed for door 8. For a long moment, they stood in front of the door. 7 took a deep breath.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
It's open.
It's open. Now a hallway stretched out before them. 7 and Clover leapt through the door.
Let's do this!
Do this!
Hurry!
The moment they did, their bracelets beeped. Detonators in the bracelets had been activated. Junpei stepped forward to follow them. But as he was about to step over the threshold, he stopped. Looked to his right, towards door 8. June stood there, mirror image of Junpei. Turned and looked towards him. Their eyes met. They nodded.
June.
Jumpy.
Their farewell almost took 1.5 seconds.
What the hell are you doing, Junpei?
Someone took hold of Junpei's arm, pulled his body through the door. He heard the sound of the number door slam shut behind him. His bracelet gave a cold electronic beep.
Only 81 seconds left! No time to waste, guys! Let's get moving!
7 led the way down the hallway. Junpei and Clover followed him as fast as they could. After what seemed like far more than 81 seconds, they reached the end of the hall.
The door on the left! I can see the dead!
There's no time to rest or catch their breath. All 3 slammed their hands in quick succession over the scanner panel of the dead. We're alive!
Okay.
Still trying to catch his breath, 7 leaned heavily against the wall.
It stopped. It stopped.
He's lost it. He's gone full lost. Smile seemed forced and a little
This is
crooked.
the second time we've gone through one of these numbered doors, but... whew, you never really get used to it.
He stood up straight, no longer out of breath, and wiped some of the sweat from his head and neck. Clover smirked at him.
I would have thought a guy your size would have bigger balls than that.
Whoa, burn.
What? What the hell did you just say? Say it again! I dare you!
You have no...
You little... You wanna die?
Whoa!
I'd like to see you try.
You fucking brat! Alright, let's go!
Hey, calm down, guys. This isn't the time for this. It's not gonna do us any good.
Junpei sighed. Sometimes he wondered if the doors and the puzzles were really the greatest challenge they faced.
Wait here for a minute, alright? I'm gonna go see if there are any other doors.
He didn't respond, but Junpei wasn't in the mood for a conversation anyway.
We just came through this door. And of course it's shut tight.
There's a short hallway on the left here, and an iron wall. I doubt I can get through it.
At last, he gave up and returned to Seven, who was tapping tightly on the wooden door.
This door's the only option we've got, right?
Yeah, looks like it.
Hey, something's written on the door. On that iron plate.
It says operating room.
Oh.
If this thing's telling the truth, there could be body parts inside here.
Well, this is probably not going to be pleasant.
Not a torture room. Something about it made Junpei feel nervous.
Well, there's no point to standing around. Might as well go in and see what's waiting for us.
Seven grabbed the brass knob and slowly opened the door. The creak of the hinge sounded like the groan of an old...
What's wrong?
No, it's nothing.
Chill snaked its way down Junpei's spine.
Let's just go.
Quickly, he gathered what courage he could and took the first step into the room. Seven followed, with Clover right behind him.
Huh?
Part of the room just past the door was obscured by a screen.
What the hell is this?
Why don't we take a look?
Hey, Clover!
Clover's curiosity got the better of her, and she darted past Junpei to peer around the screen. The scream nearly blew out Junpei's eardrum.
What? Clover!
He and Seven ran towards Clover to see what had frightened her.
Hey, what's wrong?
They rounded the screen, and the cause of her outburst was immediately clear.
What the hell is this?
Is this a corpse?
Second. It was something that looked kind of like a human, lying across some sort of bed. No, not a bed. Operating table. The table sat on a rusty steel lift, and the cluster of bright operating lights shone down from the ceiling.
We should probably take a closer look.
Yeah.
Slowly, they approached. As they got closer to the body, it became clear that it wasn't a body at all.
This is...
What the hell? That's just a huge doll or something.
Doll?
Clover did not look terribly comforted. Slowly, she approached the operating table and looked as intently as possible, from as far away as possible, at the thing. Junpei could see her relax.
You're right. It's only a doll. Man, it really scared me.
She heaved a great sigh of relief and wiped a few drops of sweat from her forehead. Seven smirked.
Well, I guess it would have been weird if you actually had any balls.
Shut it! Don't you start with me, fatty.
Whoa!
Oh, what's this? You want a piece of me, short stuff?
Yeah, bring it on, you whale!
Hey, guys, not again, okay? Seriously, knock it off. Jeez. Anyway, it looks like he's got something the two of you could stand to have a little more of. I'm talking about a heart.
Oh, deep.
Huh? Oh, this? You mean on his chest?
Yeah.
Set a little higher than normal for a human body. From the shape of the organ, there can be no doubt that it was a heart.
Why would there be a heart in a doll?
Done this in a while.
I don't think it's a doll.
You think maybe it's like a medical mannequin or something?
Or maybe it's got more personal uses?
Seven's grin was more than a little perverted. Oh man. Clover glared at him.
Anyway, how about we take a look around this place?
Okay.
Sure thing.
Seek a way out. This. So, camera's in the mid. So, these dolls are really kind of creepy, you know? Hey, it says something here. John? You think that's the doll's name? Maybe. This thing is creepy. I wonder why it's on the bed. Hey, I wonder what that thing is. It says kilogram on the display. You think maybe it's a scale? It'd be creepy man lying around about. Apparently his name is John. Operating table. You think old operating tables look like this? I have no idea. White cloth. Some scissors. Bunch of surgical tools. That's I can click. Oh! Another medical mannequin. What looks like this one's a chick. He has a name too. Lucy. Whole thing. It's like Moose Lucy, only has a head and a left arm. John, the best 999 character. Was he the murderer? Is he the one who murdered me? Maybe we're supposed to gather all her parts. Oh no, attach. It says kilogram panel. It's a scale. John, the true murderer. What's this thing? It's short iron legs. Maybe it's a heater. There's nothing inside it. Okay. We got a body. Chest. Supposed to heat something like a gauze to kill the bacteria. There's a boiling thingy over there. There's nothing on the lid or the drawers. A lot of different kinds of medication. It's hard to tell them apart. Bottles, bottles. Drawers. What drawers? Drawers? It's locked. We can probably find the key if we look some more. Let's look somewhere else. Okay. It's this way. It's locked. I guess we need a key for this one. That's where we came from, yeah? And they're nodding. More things. Scalpel, lovely. Get ready for some shanking. Right, I better keep these on me now. You're rooting for Clover? It's gut Sharon. Ew, gross. Hey, Junpei. There's a slit in this thing's chest. Something in there. Maybe we can get it out. I think a thing won't budge. It's stuck. Well, I guess you can't force this one then. We need something small that can fit into the hole. Can I use a scalpel? I've got that, haven't we? Yeah. Fake organ. Is that it? Clover, I expected more from you. I feel like you could do better. So we got John, we got Lucy. Won't let us do anything. Let's go over that. Fake chest. What is that? Lucy's head and left arm are sitting on the table. Maybe somehow we gather all her body parts. Yeah. Combine. Won't it let me do anything? Some sort of lid on this thing. Why don't you try opening it? Can't, there's no handle. Can't undo it with my nails either. Scale. I think a lid. Alright. Boiling tools to sterilize. Can I cut the fake organ up? Yeah, I can. Organ key. Yeah. Why has he got rid of the scalpel? This is how people die. Oh, it's unlocked. What about this door? Sweet, we're in. What else? Put salt on them. What's she pointing at? The label NaCl. Salt, huh? Think 7 will shrivel up if we put it on him. Burn. Hey, you say something. There's a bottle of iron powder on the shelf. Label says Fe. E stands for iron, right? Salt, iron. Can the spray nozzle. It's a CO2, so it could be filled with carbon dioxide. Dihydrogen monoxide. Why don't you just say water? Something stinks. It's coming from this bottle. It says NH3. Well, of course it stinks. It's ammonia. Red liquid. Blue liquid. There's a note on the table. 1. Iron equals 1. Salt equals 2. Water equals 3. Carbon dioxide, ammonia, and ethanol. What do you think that's a hint for? Maybe it's got something to do with the box. The box is locked. Looks like you have to enter a passcode on the keypad to open it. I can only enter 3 numbers. E is for... I love it. It always tells me E is for enter, C is for clear. Give it a shot. What, nothing? I don't know. 1, 2, 3. Well, that was worth a shot. Probably need to put in a passcode. I mean, geez, they even got a keypad on there. How much more obvious can it get? You only enter 3 numbers. So 1 is iron. Okay. So C2H. It's ethanol. That's right. Also known as ethiol. It's pretty much what booze is made of. So you gonna drink it? Nah, I won't. Might say that it is on the label, but it could be anything in there. It says him who just drank everything. Salty boy. NaCl. So salt is made up of 1 sodium atom and 2 chloride. What's that? C is hydrogen. Hydrogen is oxygen. 2 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms, and 1 oxygen atom. Oh, this is going to involve some big maths, isn't it? Alright. We don't know carbon. Carbon dioxide. Label says CO2. Carbon and O is for oxygen. Carbon dioxide is made of carbon to oxygen. Is that 3 then? O2. What was it? How many? I'm gonna come back to this. It's in here. Okay, there's a bunch of hooks. It's a piece of paper. What is this? Some kind of medical record. File screen. Medical record found the preparations. Record of 2 mannequins. There is a male mannequin named John and a female named Lucy. Record shows each mannequin's total weight and the weight of their individual parts. So we need to make her weigh that, I'm assuming. What the hell are you doing? Why don't you get out of here? But I'm tired. Laser. Oh wow. I like something I'm looking. Did I just pass something by accidentally having it? Something unlocked. The red one. Got a leg. So, blue liquid. Sink. Doctors probably wash their hands here before an operation. Nothing suspicious here. So I'm assuming you mix blue liquid with red liquid Make purple liquid. Come on, I heard it unlocked. Sure, it's unlocked. Look, with the purple plate, it's got to be unlocked. Alright, let's see what happened. Wait, did I manage to separate the colours? No, not quite. Do we have all the body parts now? No, we need an arm. What's in here? It's got a thingy on it there. Oh. Oh, the arm's gonna be in here. Right. Write this down because this is gonna be something. So, iron. Wait. It's like a drawing thing on this, isn't it? No. Iron equal 1. So equal 2. Water 3. Carbon D. Ammonia. Ethanol. Right. Bottle of iron powder. So iron says Fe on the bottle. Yeah, so it is. It's the amount of molecules in the atoms then. Bottle of salt. Sodium. Alright. And it's nitrogen. Each. No, this ammonia is made of 4 atoms. Ethanol on the shelf. Ethanol is made of maths. 9. It's H2O. H2O. This heart probably is, that's what orphans. H2O must do 2. What? So H2O should be made of 2 hot orphans. 7. Is your head okay? Yeah, why is he getting weird when there's a small girl, like, involved? He was a cool dude until he's with Clover. He got a bit creepy really fast. 2 hot smoking orphans. Is that what you've got in your Minecraft? Carbon atom and 2 oxygen atom. So that's a 3. So, can only enter 3 numbers. So maybe if I just go down the list, so we go 3, 4, 9. Oh, it worked. Sweet. Oh, I was worried that I was going to have to do a bit more math.
We should go back?
Yeah, I think that's probably best.
Clover nodded and left. Junpei was about to follow her, and then he realized 7 wasn't following suit.
Hmm?
Hey, 7, what's up?
Oh, well...
He looked up at Junpei distractedly. Back down at the brown bottle he held in the cupboard.
Is that a medicine bottle?
I got curious about it.
Response 7 tossed the bottle gently to Junpei. Caught it, twisted it around him. Do you think the ones in the others currently going through the whole, being stuck in a freezer thing?
Ethylene diamine tartrate?
Yeah, that's right. CDT.
What kind of medicine is that?
It's not medicine. I think it's an industrial strength detergent.
Why would they have something like that here?
Well, probably to clean stuff up.
Clean what up?
Fuck if I know. Still, it looks like it's cleaned my brain up.
More law. And he's the law master. Junpei looked up from the bottle.
You remember something?
Yeah.
7 nodded slowly and spoke.
Well, I remember a story about EDT. Happened about 50 years ago. There was this factory somewhere in America making big old EDT crystals. They were making it to sell as an industrial strength cleaner, like I told you before. But a year after the factory started up, something strange started happening with the crystals they were building. Water molecules started attaching themselves to the EDT crystals. This made them into a sort of mutation of the original crystals, called a hydrate. Once the crystals turn into a hydrate, though, it's useless as a cleaner. The factory had to just dump the crystals. As a hydrate, they were useless. But it didn't end there. After that day, the same thing started happening in EDT factories everywhere, even ones nowhere near that first American factory.
Is this similar thing to what it said before when the boat came across and everything started happening
They've been making
together?
crystals the same way, with the same materials and the same equipment and environment. But now, all of a sudden, every single crystal they formed turned into a hydrate. In fact, ever since that day, no factory anywhere has been able to make a pure EDT crystal. Even in EDT research done years before, they'd never gotten a hydrate. But after it happened at the first factory, it just spread. It was like... man, how do you say it?
You mean like it was infected with a virus or something?
Seven shook his head.
No, not like that. It spread like wildfire. It showed up in labs that were completely isolated from the rest of the world. It even started happening to crystals that were completely sealed up. It doesn't seem like it could have been a result of this stuff coming in contact with other samples.
Then...
well, I guess it was some sort of information. Like, the crystals were transmitting this information all across the world somehow.
What information?
How to make a new crystal. Someone had to tell this stuff how to do it, right? Like he just whispered to the EDT in the tank, hey, if you do this, you can take in water molecules.
Come on, man, that's just... I mean, who is this someone anyway?
Someone you can't see. Someone who exists all over the world.
You mean... like a god?
Or maybe the devil.
Seven grinned. Junpei was trying to figure out what on earth he was trying to say next. Clover's shrill voice pierced the room.
Hey! What are you two doing over there? Stop wasting time and get over here!
Okay, we're coming.
Over what molecule god 2020?
Jeez!
Seven looked at Junpei.
Yeah, so anyway, that's the story. It might be useful someday. Don't forget it.
Yeah, that's like the other one, telling you about the whole... it started in one place and it started everywhere else. That's got like... we looked it up when it came before, it's got like a fraction of truth in it. It's not obviously fully as that way, but there is that.
Information being transmitted invisibly. Could such a thing really happen?
Well, thinking about that crap isn't going to help me right now. We need to figure out how the hell to get out of here first.
Took a deep breath, tried to clear his mind, and followed after Seven. Let's build a person. Okay, so we've got sit parts and the medical mannequin. So the ones we've got must be for Lucy, right? Seems like it. Well, say we give Lucy her parts back. Any objections? Nope. Agreed. Alright, let's get started. Combine! There's a number on here. 51 kilograms. What's this? Is this the weight? Well, we're just stacking body parts in it, so it makes sense that it'd be the weight. So 51 kilograms. It must be 52. Oh, have I got to work out this? That's odd. Maybe it's the wrong way. Wait, you know there's a scale on the other side of the bed? We need to get the scale to a specific number. So how are we going to do that? I think we're supposed to swap her body parts with John's. Let's give it a shot. Operating instructions. The structure will display 2 medical mannequins. You can switch the body parts by selecting the part you want to switch out. Right, so I'm just going to drop this. Check the weights. So we've got 51.3 and 53.2. really close. We just need that 0.2 across. Just made him heavier. He needs to get lighter. A bit. So we're on 0.5. Ah! Once again, randomly pressing things. Better check it out. He's got the flap, hasn't he? Lid on the scale. It's a key! Let's get out.
Hey, hold on.
Junpei stopped, about to put the key in the doorknob.
Oh, what's up?
Where's Clover?
Huh?
Where's she gone? Junpei turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Oh, God damn it. Where the hell did she go? Okay, just hold on a minute. I'll go get her.
Sure thing.
Junpei left Seven at the door and headed back to the operating room. He found her standing next to the operating table. She was staring at the mannequin.
Hey, Clover, what's wrong? Come on, let's get out of here.
She didn't respond. If she hadn't been standing up and breathing, Junpei might have thought she was dead.
What are you doing? Did you want to come back here and say goodbye to John?
Wasn't the best joke, but it was something. Attempt to lighten the mood. Clover didn't laugh. She stood stock still and said nothing.
Hey, Clover, can you hear me?
Perhaps it was something he'd said, or perhaps it was something else. Suddenly, her mouth opened. What a life Junpei would have thought she was then. Suddenly. Well, you know, he deducted it right. Suddenly, her mouth opened. She whispered in a dry, dead voice.
My brother might be dead.
Got something to tell you. I won't.
Huh?
That's why we couldn't find him. If he's dead, I'm going to be next.
Suddenly, the operating room felt very, very cold.
What are you talking about? What's wrong with you?
Gave her a small shake, but she didn't respond. Can't resist getting a good look at John's body. Silence grew heavier.
Let's just get out of here.
Best 999 character.
We've got the key. Let's use it. That cool with you?
Yeah.
Clover nodded, almost impeccably. Still, Junpei was glad she was at least somewhere responsive. I hope he makes a comeback in one of the later games. Put his hand on her shoulder and guided her to the prep room. The mastermind behind it all, John. As he arrived at the door, she suddenly stopped.
I'm sorry.
What was this? Why was she apologizing? Not sure. Junpei wasn't sure what to make of her. Was she emotionally unstable because her brother had gone missing?
I'm really sorry. Just forget everything I told you, okay? Don't worry about it. Really. I mean it.
How could anyone pretend not to hear something like that? Something told him this wasn't the time to press the issue. Junpei gave her the warmest, kindest smile he could manage.
All right.
Thank you.
The smile was weak. It was almost painful to watch.
Damn, what the hell took you guys so long?
Seven looked up as they walked into the room, clearly irritated.
You playing doctor in there or something?
Maybe. Jealous?
Stop getting weird with the girl! They stood in front of the door. Junpei took out the Jupiter key.
All right, I'm gonna open it now. Is that cool?
You don't need to keep asking, just do it, all right?
Fine then.
He slid the key into the keyhole and turned it. Felt it unlock. Door opened with a soft, melancholy creak. Beyond it lay a simple white hallway. There was no fanfare or confetti. Obviously, there was no one there to applaud them. They simply walked through the door, That was it.
All right, let's get going.
Hey, man, what's up with you? You're so serious, you know?
Why so serious?
Can't you sound more happy, you know, get a little excited?
Not really.
Junpei turned away from Seven, took his first step down the simple white hallway.
My brother might be dead. I'm going to be next.
Clover had told him only a few minutes before that her brother was probably dead. She was likely to follow him.
Like hell I can. Not after hearing something like that.
You found it! See a roof. They left the operating room. The hallway took them around several corners and past several doors, but they were all locked.
There too, huh? Every door in this place is locked up tight.
How about that one?
The final door was hidden in a corner of the hall.
May as well give it a try.
Junpei grabbed the handle. He made to push it open. Voice stopped him. Voice came from behind him and belonged to neither Seven nor Clover.
Jumpy!
Huh?
He spun around. He saw someone running towards him from the other end of the hallway. There were 3 people coming towards Junpei and his companions.
June? And Santa! And Lotus too!
They pulled up short in front of Junpei, breathing hard.
Whoa! What the hell is this?
What are you doing here?
What? But we didn't...
Before he could finish, Clover spoke.
Hey guys! Could you come take a look at this?
She was standing near the end of the small hallway that branched off to the right. The rest of them ran over to her, curious at what she found.
Look on the wall here.
Something on the wall at the end of the hallway.
A map of the ship's interior?
I like how close it gets to it.
It says C deck.
So it's the map for this floor then?
Door 7. And... Door 8. Yep, they both eventually end up at this hallway.
Yeah, isn't that what I said? We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the Nonary game works.
I see.
Pei looked to the map of the ship's interior again.
Wait a sec. Hey, could this lead to...
As he looked more closely, his surprise and excitement gave way to weariness.
Oh!
You've got to be kidding me.
One by one, the others saw what he'd seen.
We may as well go.
Yeah.
As they moved, as for one for the...
Oh, almost forgot. We should keep this.
Pulled the map of the ship's interior off the wall and put it in his pocket, and followed the others. The 6 of them stood in front of the door, arrayed in a sewing circle. Santa stepped forward. He took hold of the door and spoke without looking back at the other 5.
Ready? I'm gonna open it.
Slowly, all 5 nodded their silent assent. With a deep breath, Santa threw open the door. They poured through the doorway and into the room. Even without looking around, each one of them knew where they were.
I knew it.
They were just where the map said they would
We're
be.
back. In the hospital room.
I see. I believe I understand what you're saying. The 6 of you split into 2 teams and went through doors 7 and 8. You solved the puzzles in the operating room and the laboratory.
Okay, this is about where we started today, actually, as far as things. So I'm going to leave it here for today. And I will definitely be doing some tomorrow. And going forward, I hope everyone who's joined has enjoyed it. And if you haven't already, please drop me a follow. Just do that. Yes, if you haven't already, please drop me a follow. And I hope to see you again as we carry on through the Nonary games. Yeah, thank you very much, and I'll catch you soon. Bye-bye. What are you going to use the springs for? Junpei shook his head in an attempt to clear it, and tried to focus on something else.
No doubt about it. This room's dangerous. Let's make our search quick so we can solve the puzzle and get the hell out of here. Come on.
Seek a way out.